Lost on the road, don't know where I'm going, but I will find out tomorrow. Happy today, Father Cain, why I don't have to ask to beg or borrow. My life is a movie, I just keep it moving, allow me to spare you sorrow. Man, too much whooping, shit hit different, on my way to Chicago. I put way too much love in the game, and that ain't love, got my heart broke. Young point guy for the team, boy, I'm trying to get a ring, but these niggas let it hate show. Ain't tripping on shit, as long as my bitch stay thick and sit in the front row. Who the fuck said money don't go on treatment, please don't make that cash, bro. Sorry I find my asshole, stride the mud, the sticks, the bricks, low drive and raise no damn hoe. Niggas ain't even cut like that, bro, what the fuck you playing for? Stand on everything I say and you heard what I said, ho. Yo, woke up this morning counting money from the night before. Bosses at the dope, brother neighbor think I'm selling dope. My bitch don't need smoke, her ass look like it from Mexico. And everything natural, spitting actual, factual. Back on the road and I don't look back, cause I already know it's a talk show. Every time I touch greatness, they take it, I hate you awful. When I lay down and I gave it my all, getting out of this office. Pray to God every day, say fuck the hate, my hand on the cross. Lost on the road, don't know where I'm going, but I will find out tomorrow. Happy today, Father Cain, why I don't have to ask to beg or borrow. My life is a movie, I just keep it moving, allow me to spare you sorrow. Too much whooping, shit hit different, on my way to Chicago. They know I'm hot, I know they twat, they wanna spot, bitch that's a lot. Know I rock to the nigga up top, bitch want my spot, send them up my pops. Ain't shit sweet when your mob on the beat, brother thought it was weak, I was born to compete. I'ma let you know what the numbers don't show, these bitch ass niggas can't fuck with me. The money these niggas been for in a week, I woke up with that and CASHAPP out my sleep. Talk too much, can't shot with me, keep that on the hush, cause we push a P. They be trying hard, but them niggas ain't me. Look like air letter, but you ain't G. Stand in the kitchen, young nigga cooking. I ain't going back for these niggas pussy. Bad bitch, bust a dime, just put a cell in the mail, that's a touchdown. It's a bunch of fuck niggas mad, cause we up now. Made it to the top floor, bitch, I can't calm down. Back on the road and I don't look back, cause I already know it's a talk show. Every time I touch greatness, they take it, I hate you awful. When I lay down and I gave it my all, getting out of this office. Pray to God every day, say fuck the hate, my hand on the cross. Lost on the road, don't know where I'm going, but I will find out tomorrow. Happy today, Father Cain, why I don't have to ask to beg or borrow. My life is a movie, I just keep it moving, allow me to spare you sorrow. Too much whooping, shit hit different, on my way to Chicago. Lost on the road, don't know where I'm going, but I will find out tomorrow. Happy today, Father Cain.
Wait, OG, Youngboy, day ones, new member Ronies. Yeah. Let me get this goddamn display capture set up real quick, get this shit together, man. How y'all doing? Me, my boy Randy C, just saying, stop playing Melly Mel. Hey, Miss Lala love me. Blazer. What it do, my nigga? I feel like this shit low. I feel like something low, bro. Y'all hear me good? Everything good, we good to go. I feel like I'm low or something. But yeah, I still ain't watched the piece. I still ain't watched the bid. I still ain't even got off in this. I ain't finished it. Where we stopped, that's what we getting back to. Lord have mercy. I took over the screen, didn't I? Fit the screen. Put a little jelly bean right there. Rock the hoe like that for sure. But yeah, man. Hey, how y'all been? I'm sorry about yesterday. I'm sorry I ain't we ain't get to turn up for the grown and sexy. If y'all want to, we could do it tomorrow now. I was gonna wait the next week and kinda next week go with that move, go with our gas only move. We're still gonna turn up with that gas only uncut. We still gonna make that China and make that move, cause I feel like that's gonna be a dope ass move. You know what I'm saying? I miss my guys. I ain't talked to y'all since last week. Hell, I ain't dropped the link yesterday. So shit, and the day is when we would normally be doing it on the Thursday. So it's like, yeah. It like naturally on a Thursday evening, it kind of feel like I'm supposed to be talking to my people right now. So hell yeah. Yeah, I already know we had football going down, all that shit, good shit going down. And I did want to finish this doc up anyway. But shit, man, I don't know. As far as this week, as far as this week, shit, we could turn that shit up on Friday or Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We gas it up on Friday or Saturday, either or. I don't want the whole week to go by, and I don't, you know what I'm saying, tap in with my folks so like it, you know what I'm saying, fuck with y'all a little bit now. You know what I mean? More importantly, most importantly, goddamn, y'all know I got love for that gas crew now. Much love after the gas. Nah. We gas after the game on Thursdays. Shit. Motherfuckers probably be sleeping and gotta work the next day. That's why I'm thinking like either Friday evening. I'm thinking like Friday evening for real, cause Saturday motherfuckers be in the mix. I know Saturday like shit. Saturday motherfuckers be grown and sexy in real life. So I'm thinking, you know. Yeah, I'm thinking as far as this week, as far as the one for this week, I think we get that shit out tomorrow. If y'all don't be shit, if y'all ain't got no plan for tomorrow night, yeah, y'all niggas might have plans for tomorrow night, shit. I ain't no telling. But damn. Hey, T Bizzle, what it do, bro? What it do, man? But hell yeah, man. Shit. I'm damn sure. Hey, boy, y'all see I came ready to work today, boy. I got the NBA Youngboy T on. You know what I'm saying? Supreme. Do your homework on Supreme. If you know about Supreme shit, you already know. Your Supreme hat, you know what I'm saying? Supreme socks. Yeah, we Supreme to the floor today, goddamn. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, man. I thought it would be appropriate to pull out the old NBA Youngboy T for this motherfucker doc right here, boy. We finna get into it, man. Get right back where we left off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta roll up this Bleezy bloop though. I gotta roll up this motherfucker Bleezy before we take off. Check on the vibe, see where we left off at. Man. Boy. And still, as y'all can see, bro. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, man. Shit. I made a promise to the guys. I ain't gonna get in no bullshit, bro. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever going on in them streets, I don't know nothing about it. Yeah, it's going on. It's damn sure going on in them streets, but I don't know nothing about it. I ain't got no thoughts and opinions, dog. Hey, matter of fact, salute to everybody. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody doing that thing. Salute to every content creator on this platform. How about that? Cause my dogs are, hey, boy, y'all boys made me a believer. You hear me? So hell yeah, made a shout out and salute. Shit. Hell, matter of fact, I'll get my blunt roll, man, real quick, and then we're gonna get into this motherfucking documentary. Trap Lil Ross talking like NBA Youngboy might have more bodies than King Von, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many bodies. No, I don't know nothing about no goddamn bodies. But it's damn sure interesting to come, the like, you know what I'm saying, listen to it and hear how he gonna do his homework. Cause I'm finna start doing my homework like Trap Lil Ross, bro. I'm studying. I'm doing a whole lot of studying on these content creators when they drop shit, and it instantly gonna hit 1 million views every time they drop it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these people putting a lot of work into their craft. They putting a lot of work into their content. Shit, I need to start doing the thing. I just need to learn how to. But hell yeah, once I figure out the, you know what I'm saying? Once I figure out how these guys are doing it, and you know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be on. I just gotta study first, shit. But OG's youngest, they won, new members alike. I'm finna roll the Bleezer real quick before we get into this shit. Trip.
They forgot. Oh Lord. Boy. They forgot what the fuck I do. I'm not arguing with you, stupid bitch. I would listen to him dissing, I got sleepy. How you keep using my name? I know you need me. Bitch, I know you need me. Oh, I know you need me. Bitch, I know you need me. Oh, I know you need me. I would listen to him dissing, I got sleepy. How you keep using my name? I know you need me. I can't break bread with y'all bitch niggas, y'all greedy. Game over, it ain't no love, that shit a GG. Yeah, keep it G, nigga mad cause I'm too me. Pussy fuck that talking, let me know when you invite, bitch. Ain't finna apologize for shit.
Hey, your grandma ride dick. Run around town is long and thick. Why the nigga keep promoting my shit? I know these fuck niggas want me to quit, so I act like that word don't exist. Back on the beat, coming straight with the heat, and I got me a reason to pop my shit. Too many niggas wanna stop my shit. Ice cream with a drip, wanna top my shit. Won't find Nelly, no real around here. Let one nigga slip and get hot in this bitch. Walk too many niggas on my dick, this shit get creepy. I believe in me, bitch, I don't need you to believe me. Separation, bad bag, give me 6 feet. Zipper request, no you want test, now you 6 feet. Promise me these niggas RIP, that's on the MOB. I wanna see them gone, cause I know that what they want from me. Had to say my next quote for the best quote. Jumping out that window, now these stupid nigga neck, bro. I would listen to him dissing, I got sleepy. How you keep using my name, I know they need me. Bitch, I know you need me. Oh, I know you need me. Bitch, I know you need me. Oh, I know you need me. I would listen to him dissing, I got sleepy. How you keep using my name, I know you need me. I can't break bread with y'all bitch niggas, y'all greedy. Game over, it ain't no love, that shit a GG. I'm easy to get along with, but they learn the hard way. We take the ask that last bitch, but I move the smart way. They got my heart so dark, but that ain't what my smile say. They talk like I ain't shit, but that ain't what my child say. When lit one nigga have so bad, but I got a tirade. Don't play on my name like the shit a gang, these niggas gotta pay. I promise they better stay inside if you don't want to catch a straight. Yeah, I be really mobbing with the guy like every day. These niggas man gon' take it off, and you don't go, I'll break it off. Bitch told the hoes I ain't won the car from North Carolina, I'm knock shit off. Tell fuck nigga I ain't got no talk every day, I'ma get in bitch and walk. No, kiss ass be friends, I don't know how I feel, I'd rather you talk. Tapping in with shit, if anything, tap in with me. Boy, y'all got these people fooled, tell them where y'all tryna be. Say my nigga, where your money go, I grew that on the tree. Bro, pull these niggas, they hoes and send no BTIDIE.
Whoa! Whoa! That motherfucker dangerous, bro. That bitch dangerous, bro. That shit, that dangerous, bro. I can't wait to finish this damn album.
She apparently wasn't there for Youngboy as a child at all times. So, he would initially be raised by his loving grandmother Alice Goulden, but unfortunately, Youngboy's grandmother would pass away too, leaving him devastated for years to come. Youngboy would open up about the loss of his grandmother in a Billboard interview in 2023, calling her his protector. After losing his grandmother, with his father in jail and his mother out of the picture, Youngboy wound up in a group home, and it would be here that he would be subject to physical abuse and bullying. He would later explain in a Billboard interview that it was this experience of being targeted in the group home that led him to cultivate his own dark and violent side for protection. Clearly, Youngboy had to fight for survival as a child.
Hey, bro. Hey, JT. Long live those guys. Hey, boy. Hey. When you get to dropping them RIPs in the chat, shit hit different when you start hitting them RIPs in the chat, bro. And niggas really be dying behind this shit. That shit crazy, bro. It don't be just rap music when niggas really be dying behind this shit. That shit crazy.
In fact, he actually broke his neck whilst he was wrestling as a toddler. This was a serious injury which required him to wear a full neck and head brace whilst his spine healed. This was a corrective procedure which left him with the 3 iconic head scars that he has on his head to this day, an everyday reminder on his face of just one painful incident that he endured as a child, and something his enemies are still quick to use against him, with the hurtful moniker Dent Head often being levied against him. Youngboy...
That's fucked up calling that man Dent Head, though. That's fucked up. Them folk fucked up calling that man Dent Head, bro. I ain't gotta play it like that. That's fucked up.
He had gone through so many traumatic experiences as a child, it's unsurprising that he would grow up dealing with a lot of pain. But even outside of the tragedies in his own family, Youngboy would also suffer losses outside the home. When he was just age 10, he would end up losing one of his closest childhood friends to gun violence. As a child, Youngboy was friends with another boy who was around 6 years older than him, a boy by the name of David Cobb, aka Lil Dave. On March the 27th, 2010, a memorial picnic was being held at a park on Woodpecker Street in Scotlandville in Baton Rouge. This event was intended to honour the memory of local teens who had lost their lives to gun violence. But unfortunately, the very thing that this event was intending to shed a light on would end up happening that same day. Because at some point, a fight broke out and bullets started flying. One of those bullets hit 16-year-old David Cobb in the spine, and despite there being hundreds of witnesses, this case would ultimately go on unsolved, partly due to a fear in the community of retaliation against those who would be seen as a snitch for speaking to law enforcement. As a result, the family of Lil Dave would be left grieving without closure, heartbroken that their child lost his life at an event that was intended to...
This man's blowing smoke in his on his rest in peace pictures. Crazy. Hey, he got 666 on his forehead. I ain't see that shit. This man blowing smoke on his. Hey, look. So check this out, right? If something happened to me, man, don't let them niggas post a picture with me, goddamn, with it. Well, nah, fuck it. Hell nah, fuck it. Fuck it. Hell. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it, bro. However it come, that shit go. Goddamn. There's something throwing me off about this damn dude blowing the smoke in his picture, though, and it's something telling me he ain't even old enough to be smoking. That shit crazy.
Honor teens losing their lives to gun violence. And it wasn't just Dave's.
Hey, Michelle in the building, my nigga Sickle. You know what I'm saying, man? To that paper, son. What it do, son? I be me, what's happening? Hey. My dog, Sickle dog in the building. What's good with it, bro?
His family who were devastated by this loss. Youngboy himself would be distraught and traumatized by losing a friend to gun violence so young. He would go on to rap about the loss of Lil Dave and the effect that it had on him years later. Youngboy would rap on the song For Keeps with Rich the Kid that Dave was killed by a chopper or machine gun and that he wishes he could call him. Also, on the aptly named song Homicide, Youngboy expresses his desire to get revenge and kill the person who took Dave's life, as well as saying that he knows Lil Dave is still with him on the song Poor One. On the song Cage Feeling, Youngboy speaks about the death of Lil Dave, saying that this loss turned his heart cold and made him become a killer. The fact that Youngboy was no stranger to loss of friends and family at such a young age just goes to show you the kind of environment he was growing up in, and the factors that coerced him into the kind of lifestyle he would go on to live. But Youngboy was already being influenced by the streets. He would actually later rap in the song Life that Lil Dave was the person who taught him how to smoke, shoot dice, and get money for sneakers. He also said that he felt life began getting crazy for him when Lil Dave was killed. In the song Better Man, Youngboy would claim to be tormented by the image of Lil Dave's murder in his mind, and on the track How I'm Living, he would vow to make the people responsible bleed for what they did to Dave. Later on the unreleased track Hold 13, that appeared only in a trailer for his hit album Top, Youngboy would rap a lyric which some believe is him actually confessing that when he made his first $20,000, he spent it on a hitman to get revenge on Lil Dave's killer. With this traumatic and personal loss, combined with his family's reputation when it came to robberies, it's no surprise then.
God damn. That's why hey, bro. That's why you gotta do your homework on Trap Lil Ross. That nigga over there putting shit together. I ain't gonna repeat that shit, but if you heard one, that's one right there. God almighty.
That as a young teenager, Youngboy dropped out of school in the 9th grade and got heavily involved in the streets, becoming a teenage robber just like his father and uncle. Youngboy would later tell DJ Smalls Eyes in an interview that after his grandmother died, he started robbing himself and ultimately wound up in jail for a robbery at just age 14.
I grew up stealing, taking from people. At first, my grandma used to take care of me. When my grandma died, started catching my attention at a younger age. See, I got booked for robbery at my age 14.
Ultimately, Youngboy found himself in a youth detention center for this robbery. But perhaps this would be a blessing in disguise, as while he was incarcerated, he would claim to have found his purpose in life, beginning to write music and using that as a way to express himself and cope with the pains of life, vowing to become an artist rather than a criminal.
I ain't gonna say it was the best thing that happened to me. It helped me know my purpose. It helped me know what I want to do. Within them 6 months, I wrote at least like 25 songs with no beats. It was basically what I was going through, how I was feeling. helped me learn how to express myself.
Youngboy's family were actually always interested in music. Youngboy claimed to have written his own obscene rap lyrics in the 4th grade, and he had apparently been taken to the studio by his mother, who herself was also an aspiring rapper. And his father had even written to him from jail, telling him that he had been writing music during his 55-year sentence, and encouraging Youngboy to focus on music too. So, upon his release from jail for robbery, Youngboy would return to 38th Street with little more than just a dream of becoming a rapper, along with a lifetime of trauma. And before he could get anywhere with his rap career, he would at least need a stable environment to live in. Luckily, he ended up finding a new place in the neighborhood to call home. With
Bro, that shit crazy. We was just talking about how the apples don't be falling far for the tree. His pops was a robber. His mom Dukes was in the music, and his pops did the music too. Look how he turned out. Boy, them apples do not be falling far from the fucking tree at all, bro.
Youngboy rapping on the song Life that he met his friend 33 riding his bike down Chippewa, and that 33's mother accepted him into their home like family. According to
Right on purpose, what it do, my nigga? What's happening?
33, him and Youngboy are essentially brothers, as the two grew up with the same mother, Monique. But Monique is really 33's biological mother, as we know that Youngboy is the biological son of Sharonda Golden. But due to the fact that 33's mother
Why the fuck? Seemed like everybody was raising Youngboy mama. Well, it seemed like everybody was raising Youngboy, but Youngboy mama. She must have been a gangster for real, bro. I ain't got nothing to say about that woman, cuz. That nigga mama might be just like my mama, cuz. His mama like my mama ain't, well, look. I ain't got nothing to say about it, like.
Monique helped raise Youngboy, he often refers to her as his mother as well, which would make 33 his adopted brother, and the two do seem to have a relationship that is stronger than most real brothers. And because of this, the two basically just say they're real brothers.
You said you knew him since you were 4?
Since when?
Because you guys are brothers, and you were born around each other, so
Yeah.
it's like you don't have any memories of not knowing them.
No, it's like you know how both our dad is split up, you know what I'm saying? So we got the same mamas. It's
Okay.
like, man, really, I started making music with my brother. Just really inspired me to go in the booth, because it really wasn't about me. It was really about Youngboy, and I was pushing him. And one day he just told me, man, look, come do this with me. And he pushed me to go in the booth, and I just took a liking into it, and that's where it really started from. So shout out YB.
Meanwhile, Youngboy's relationship with his own biological mother Sharonda was up and down during his childhood. Years down the line, he would open up about this on the song Lonely Child, project AI Youngboy 2, when he says that even though he called 33's mother Monique his adopted mother, he still needs Sharonda in his life. Perhaps due to the lack of a real father figure growing up, meant that he had to rely on both of his mothers for emotional and mental support. But anyway, after getting out of juvenile and finding a new safe space to call home, Youngboy's new spiritual brother 33 would be supportive of his aspirations as a rapper. And together, this brotherly duo would get back to finessing on the streets to pay for studio time, eventually with Youngboy getting enough recording time in to produce a full-length musical project. And by April the 10th, 2015, Youngboy had released his first ever mixtape, Life Before Fame. This tape featured tracks like Homicide and Range Rover, which showed a 15-year-old Youngboy truly had the skills to pay the bills early on. The album begins with an intro where Youngboy mentions an affiliate of his named D-Dog catching a body. This sets the mood for the rest of the album, letting fans know straight away that Youngboy had ties with the streets, despite the fact that he was technically still a child at this point. And in the same song, he gives us an insight into his torturous relationships and the reason behind why he finds it so hard to remain faithful to his partners, even at age 15. In the song I Know, Youngboy begins to paint a menacing picture of his position in the local gang hierarchy, mentioning on 2 occasions how he can rely on another known NBA affiliate by the name of Lil Pap to go get him. A brash statement which shows that even at age 15, Youngboy was really in the streets, with people around him that he could send to do dirty work. Youngboy would also share his experience with Get Back and Vengeance in this project. On the track Deal With It, he talks about how revenge was exacted on the person who killed his uncle, saying that they spotted the person who killed his uncle and that Youngboy witnessed somebody put that person in a casket, and going on to say that the deceased man's brother is now after him. This is an important lyric, as it shows that even back when he was just 15 years old, people were dying around Youngboy, being killed, and he was becoming a target himself, despite not being directly responsible for the violence that had played out. Elsewhere on this song, Youngboy pledges his allegiance to a group called TBG, or Top Boy Gorilla. This is the first crew or record label that Youngboy aligned himself with when he became a rapper. Though unfortunately, as is often the case in the streets, over time, as Youngboy's star rose, tension would brew between the members of TBG, arguing over who the next big rapper from the group would be.
I am lacking, bro. I'm lacking big time. This shit gonna take forever listening to it this slow. I gotta speed it fuck up a little. Man, speed this bitch up, son. We'll be here all night trying to get through this shit like this.
And eventually, what began as a...
Whoa, that's too much. That was too fast. Hold on.
partnership would devolve into a deadly beef, with members of TBG picking their sides and the feud escalating into an all-out gang war, with people being murdered on both sides and years of heartbreak playing out on the streets and in the music. When Youngboy left juvenile detention, inspired to become a rapper rather than a robber, it wouldn't take long for others to see the potential that this teenage rap prodigy had. From here, a group of people from his neighborhood, with ties to the music industry as well as the streets, would begin to take him under their wing. Youngboy's first mixtape, Life Before Fame, was actually released under the banner of TBG, with Youngboy and 3-3 being seen in throwback pictures rocking TBG merch. TBG stands for Top Boy Gorilla, a crew with a storied history in the wild and dangerous streets of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. TBG was supposedly started by deceased Louisiana native and affiliate of rap veteran Boosie, Little Ivy Smith. He would turn out to be the uncle of future TBG rap prospect Lit Yoshi, but more on him later. Now, Lil Ivy was sadly killed in an unsolved triple homicide back in 2005. However, at this early stage in the game, Youngboy was nothing more than a promising young prospect to these Baton Rouge rap OGs. The older members of TBG were looking to find the next up-and-coming rap rookie who could potentially be the next homegrown rap star to come out of Baton Rouge. And at the time, the real crown jewels of the TBG squad were a couple of rappers known as G Money and Fredo Bang, who around the time were picking up steam with their song iPhone 6 alongside Boulevard Mel and YMM Captain. You can tell that Youngboy was truly close with the TBG crew at this point, because Youngboy even appeared in the background of the iPhone 6 music video, at one point handing a Gucci bag to Fredo Bang, a moment that would honestly be inconceivable in what would later become a deadly and bitter beef. As the story goes, the TBG crew had ties to Baton Rouge's criminal underworld, and rappers and affiliates of the TBG crew were still involved in the local drug trade. Unfortunately, soon some of this street beef would end up souring things on the music side, because the TBG crew supposedly had a beef going with another Baton Rouge crew called BBG, or Bottom Boy Gorillas. Gang, crew, clique, record label, call them whatever you want, but BBG and TBG were bitter enemies, with a big rumour at one point going around that Youngboy's cousin Boozilla, who was affiliated with BBG, ended up in a bitter disagreement with G Money from TBG. Now, there's been intense speculation over the years as to what was the exact cause of this beef. Some have suggested that Boozilla...
Hey, yeah, JT, they're talking about your backyard, ain't it? They all in your backyard, ain't they, JT? And where was you at when all this shit was going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't stop none of this shit, bro? I'm playing. Boy, I'm playing. I know JT, man, Mom, I slap shit out you, bro. What the hell you think about, man? How the fuck I'm gonna stop these crap? Boy, shut the fuck up, Mom. My bad, bro. This shit going down in your backyard, bro. You ain't stop this shit, man. I'm playing, bro.
Ran off with money or drugs from G Money, whilst others suggest that the whole drama was actually over a woman. Another explanation even suggests that it was actually Youngboy himself who stole money from G Money, but actually blamed the finesse on his cousin Boozilla, as Boozilla was seen on Twitter disavowing his own family at one point, and G Money seemingly indicating that this rumour was true on his diss track Industry, where he claimed that Youngboy had him looking for Boozilla with a gun, and saying that Boozilla actually wanted to kill Youngboy over this whole situation. There's even an old clip circulating that showed Boozilla and BBG affiliate Baby Joe seemingly posted up with guns, looking for Youngboy and saying F NBA.
What up, Baby Joe? Pull that bitch up.
This was unusual because previously Boozilla had claimed to be a member of the group NBA, and even at one point referred to himself as NBA Boosie. Now, I'll explain to you what NBA means in a minute, but just bear with me. Because meanwhile, as that personal beef was developing, another more professional beef was emerging between Youngboy and the TBG crew. According to some...
Oh, bro, so you was in college when that shit was going on. Boy, hey, boy, I'm glad you got the fuck up out them streets, boy. Hey, I'm glad you was in college, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
At a certain point, Youngboy got frustrated with the TBG label. This was likely due to the fact that he wasn't necessarily getting the money or...
Heater! What it do, my nigga? Yeah, we outside today, bro. We on some that down... Hey, we on that down south drill. We on that down south drill shit today. You know what I'm saying? We seeing how the boy drilling down there in the boot today. This shit crazy, Heater. This shit crazy, bro.
shine that he thought he deserved from the crew, with their main focus being on building the careers of G Money and Fredo Bang rather than investing in Youngboy. So at some point, Youngboy and 3-3 would leave TBG, starting their own crew. Initially, 3-3 and Youngboy wanted a group based on Youngboy's initials, Kentrell Golden, or KG. Since KG also means kilograms, the initial idea was to call their crew Weight Gang, another reference to the drug gang.
At first his name was like KG, but then we got like, that's where the Weight Gang come from. But
what did KG stand for?
like his initials. That's his name.
Right.
But Weight Gang was one of the first things he had came up with.
But clearly that name wasn't really hitting the spot. So later on, a few of the members of this crew were just chilling, sitting on their porch, when Youngboy apparently vowed that he was not trying to go broke no more. To which other members of the crew agreed the same thing, with this pledge giving the crew inspiration to name themselves Never Broke Again, or NBA.
Like when we was on the porch one day, it was like, we ain't trying to go broke no more. And then he was like, I ain't trying to go broke neither, so we never broke again. Like, you know what I'm saying? From day one, that's where NBA started from. Like,
so the NBA crew was born, naturally taking some inspiration from the National Basketball Association. They would even make their logo the Jumpman, the iconic logo affiliated with basketball legend Michael Jordan dunking a basketball. But for Never Broke Again, their version would be a man jumping up in the air holding a pistol. Youngboy's NBA crew wanted to go from pistol-toting stick-up kids to music industry heavy hitters being paid as much as professional basketball players. Now, whether or not
I ain't gonna lie. When I first seen that NBA Youngboy logo, that was probably I thought that bitch was dope. I said, "Damn, that bitch hard. That bitch hard. Why the fuck I ain't think of that?" Now I'm scared to bro. I'm so fucking scared to remix or flip a Nike or a Jordan brand logo, bro. As to why they don't play, bro. They do not play, bro. Especially if your shit get lit, you better ask motherfucker Cool Kai, Warren Lotus, and shit. What my boy on me in the Hellcat? No, you better ask all them niggas about playing with Nike, or playing with Jordan. Man, look, I be wanting to flip that shit so bad, cause I'm motherfucking damn near about scared to death, boy. They don't play.
Not you like the name, there was no denying that the meaning behind it was powerful. And together, the Never Broke Again crew rallied around Youngboy, vowing to do
Pat, what it do, G?
whatever it took to take him to the top and make sure that they as a group never go broke again. So before we dive any deeper into the goings-on of the Never Broke Again crew, let's just take a quick look at some of the main members of that collective so that you can follow everything that's about to go down in this long and complicated story. Youngboy is of course...
Hey, yeah, see, yeah, you about like me, bro. I like the art within dope ass logos. I like a dope ass logo, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Symbolism is power as fuck. You create your own logo, you got a symbol. You know what I'm saying? And what I like about what I think is a good logo, or what I look for in logos, I look for something that's easily recognizable, but something that stand out, and something that also hit like, damn, why ain't I think of that? Why the fuck I ain't think of that? You know what I'm saying? Simple. Easy to recognize, easy recognizable, you know what I'm saying? But still that shit stand out and hit hard. You know what I mean? So to achieve that, you kinda gotta remix something that's familiar with people, but make it your own and make it new and make it fresh. And when you do that, the end result is pretty much a dope ass goddamn logo every time. You know what I'm saying? If you follow that. If you follow those guidelines, if you're going into making a logo, easy to recognize, stand out, you know what I'm saying? And hell yeah. I'm sitting here telling myself this to throw that game out there, throw a little gem out there for anybody who listen or anybody who on that wave right now. But shit, I need to get to fucking work myself.
The face of Never Broke Again, the NBA collective. He is the label's leading rapper. And this crew's bet on getting behind Youngboy's career would ultimately end up paying off handsomely. With his crew's support, he would go on to become one of the biggest artists in the entire world. Then there's OG33, NBA's co-founder, who started the group along with Youngboy and Montana.
I started NBA, you know, like, it was then like Youngboy just was really like the main one who was rapping. Like, I don't really,
That's my only problem. I can't draw to save my fucking life. I'm an artist, but I can't draw. So I guess you call those people, we fall up under the visionary category, because we can see it. We can see it all day long. Literally, I could see beautiful ideas. I could see beautiful shit all day, but nigga, if I gotta goddamn give me a pencil and I gotta write this shit out, like, you know what I'm saying? Hell, boy, that shit hurt. I ain't gonna say it hurt, but I just can't. You know what I mean? That's one thing that's one thing I can share with y'all, because it's lighthearted. They ain't got shit to do with no business or no shit. But yeah, that's one thing me and KB were talking about. That's one thing we figured out we got in common. Like, and I can see it all day long. I can't draw to save my fucking life. But hell yeah, I still feel like an artist though. You know what I mean? I'm artistic as fuck. Shit. Nigga might be borderline autistic. Fuck, who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? Who fucking knows, cool? But nah, all bullshit aside here. All jokes and bullshit aside. I can't draw to save my goddamn life, but I love art. I think art is beautiful. I appreciate all art, any type of art. Logos is art. You know what I mean? Designs and all that shit. You know, graphic work. That is art. I just fucking suck at doing it myself. You know what I'm saying? I can see it, but I just suck at putting it together myself. Maybe if I went to school or I was taught, maybe. Now that would be something that I maybe have to take some lessons for in order to tap into it. But I feel like I would be a talented ass artist if I could draw. For real.
I don't really take rapping serious because like Youngboy really made me rap.
After 33's mother took Youngboy in as one of her own, they would build a bond as strong as blood brothers.
We got the same moms.
Okay.
Like that.
OG33 is one of 10 children, 5 kids from his mother's side, 5 from his father's side. But he's the oldest of all of them, which has led to him having...
I'm gonna tell you the only thing that I could draw. The only thing I could draw is fucking shoes. When I was in school, I could draw shoes all goddamn. I could draw the fuck out of a Jordan 12. I could draw the fuck out of a Allen Iverson question. I can draw the fuck out of the Deons. No. It was either the Deons or the no. It was a Brett Favre shoe. That was out when I was in school. Brett Favre shoes was out at the time, and motherfuckers, and white boys were wearing the fuck out them Brett Favres. Cause when the Brett Favre shoes dropped, all the white boys had them at my school, my nigga. That's all I seen all fucking day. But I could draw shoes like shit. I probably could still draw a shoe to this day fairly well. But that's it. Shit. Man, I can't draw a goddamn stick, man. I draw the shit out of shoe, though. I definitely could draw a shoe.
A mature outlook and a real head on his shoulders, as he's almost had to act like a father figure for Youngboy and
Hell
his
yeah.
other siblings.
Top G. Now we talking. Top G. Now we talking. The motherfucking Air Pimpins with the big ass arrow on the side. I could draw that bitch. I could draw that motherfucker pretty good. Like, I can draw the shit out of shoes, but hell nah, dog. I can't. Anything else is uncivilized. Literally, anything else, that shit gonna look crazy.
Kids all together, right?
Yeah.
5 from your mom,
Yeah,
5 from your dad.
Yeah. On both sides, I'm close with all my brothers and sisters because I'm
So you fuck with them bows? Yeah, Bo Jackson used to hit. Shit, Bo Jackson still hit for real.
So it's just like
You're almost like a father figure in a way.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of responsibility?
Yeah, for sure. But you know, that's just my role. So it's just I took on my role.
When Youngboy didn't really want to rap at first, it was 33 that pushed him and made sure that he stuck with it, dedicating his life to elevating Youngboy's career and keeping him on the right path.
I always was the one that always pushed him, like, cause he didn't really want rap at first, but then like once I really found out like he was gonna be that, like I pushed him even more harder. Like I was getting I went back to like record companies was doing, like I was getting 1,000 CDs printed up. Like man, I didn't get them 1,000 CDs and really passed them out like just the amount of minutes, like this, that.
It's 3 who pulls the strings and make the moves behind the scenes, keeping the ship sailing smoothly and ensuring that the NBA collective runs efficiently and profitably. He apparently would manage the business side of things.
Man, it's important to have somebody who believes in you, bro. It's important to have somebody to believe in you, man. You ain't gonna be able to do shit if you ain't got no support. Real support. And that's just a band, bro. You know what I mean? Shit, I've been on one-man show like up until forever. Then I realized I'm only gonna get this far by myself. You gotta network. You gotta build with other people. You gotta build with like-minded individuals, bro, to get to that next step and get to that next goal. 'Cause I'm telling you, I mean, you gotta sharpen your sword. You know what I mean? Only way to do that is to, you know what I mean, work with people. You can definitely master what you got going on, but you doing it yourself, bro. Nigga only gonna get so goddamn far. Having somebody to believe in you, that'll motivate you enough to damn near take you across the finish line. But you gonna need the help, bro. You gonna need the help just to get that little bit of motherfucker, that last little push, that last little boost to get where you're trying to go. You gonna need some motherfucker about it. I know that shit for shit show.
Sometimes writing contracts or putting shows together.
I was more on like the business and management, like writing contracts and putting shows together for them, like when we first started off, I was doing really everything, you know.
And Youngboy apparently even inspired OG3 to start making his own music, because before, 3 was just mainly focused on pushing Youngboy's career.
If it wasn't for YB walking me into the booth, I wouldn't even be in the music because I was just mainly pushing him. It wasn't even about me.
Now, 3 does enjoy rapping, but he's also a self-proclaimed
That's a fact, Heater.
CEO, and business is apparently where his passion lies.
My main focus is it wouldn't be a career. I wouldn't choose rap as a career because I am a CEO and I love my position.
But 3 has also gained a cult following of his own from being the head honcho of the NBA crew. And considering the dark reputation that has followed Youngboy over the many deadly years of his career, this has led to many internet fanboys speculating on whether OG3 is the true mastermind behind the violence playing out in Baton Rouge. With many Reddit posts circulating, constantly speculating on how many deaths that 3 might be responsible for, even sometimes referring to him as the Grim Threeper. But it's unclear if that is just straight trolling. Because in reality, OG3 has always tried to look out and take care of Youngboy and keep him on the straight and narrow, acting as the voice of reason in his life.
That's my baby brother. I always look out for him. I always take care of him. But like I don't ever expect him to do nothing bad. But he don't do it intentionally. It might be on accident. But I always talk to him and enforce that like we shouldn't be doing a lot of things. And you know he listens. So it's like I always was that type of person. I always was that.
Kind of like the voice of reason for when he gets a little hot-headed. You're like, so that'll help calm him down. He's probably listening to you, and he ain't trying to listen to a lot of random people.
Yeah, he ain't gonna listen to nobody. If it ain't me.
Then you've got Montana. According to a Billboard article profiling Youngboy, Kyle Montana Clybourne found Youngboy's music early on YouTube. And in the absence of a father figure or any real older male role model in his family, it seems like Montana assumed a kind of father figure role for Youngboy in the early stages of his life and career, giving him guidance on how to survive the gritty streets of North Baton Rouge. In fact, in the song Lonely Child from his October 2019 project AI Youngboy 2, Youngboy admits that he has been missing his father, and as a result, he actually calls Montana his father. Montana would help co-found the Never Broke Again label along with Youngboy and 3, with interviews explaining that in the early days of NBA, Youngboy would be sleeping on an air mattress at Montana's house, at a time when Montana played the role of manager, booking agent, and financier, driving Youngboy all around the South to perform for between $500 and $1,500 a show to build his fan base in the early days. However, there's always been confusion over exactly who Youngboy's manager specifically is, and to be fair, it has changed over the years. For a period of time, Youngboy's manager was a man by the name of Big Dump. Sometimes referred to as Youngboy's manager or agent, it was Dump who was there for Youngboy during the most turbulent years of his come-up. But Dump would ultimately end up losing his life in 2018, seemingly as a direct result of the deadly street beef between these two warring Baton Rouge gang sets. But we'll go much deeper into that situation later on in the story. Another person who played a significant role on the management side is someone called Fee Banks, a Louisiana industry legend who had apparently helped Lil Wayne start Young Money and previously managed Kevin Gates. These people are the brains and administrators behind the NBA empire. And then, when it comes to the rapping side, we have a number of NBA members with a much closer proximity to the streets. Now, there's a lot of names that have been affiliated with this crew over the years, and this list is by no means a definitive list of everyone who has had something to do with NBA as a crew, so don't be offended if...
Shit crazy, bro. So, Youngboy got ties to people who's connected with not only Lil Boosie, but Wayne too. This nigga came, like, I don't know, man. And when I would listen to him, I would hear it. Like, of course, he from Baton Rouge. Wayne from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Boosie from Baton Rouge, but I don't know. It just seemed like it always seemed like he done came up under the same mentorship. You know what I mean? Or maybe the people who was around Wayne in his earlier days. You know what I'm saying? That's who watching out for Youngboy now. And I don't know how, but I don't know. I could hear it in the music some kind of way.
If you got left off. But these are just some of the people who have played a major role in Youngboy's crew and who play a relevant role in today's story.
Dude.
I'm talking about people like NBA Ben 10.
My dude, what
this
it do?
is OG3's younger blood cousin and a day one.
Me, you over there? What you over there smoking on me? Ah, you said you high. You done heated up your Chipotle 3 times. What you? Hey. Been on a roller coaster. Oh shit, me. And that's funny as hell to me, man. Mickey over there high, man. Oh shit. That's funny as shit to me.
NBA affiliate. Ben met Youngboy at 3's house, and apparently the two had a fight the first time that they met.
Man, 3 first cousins. Blood. We used to stay together. His and my mom used to live together, so that's how I met 3. And B, I met that day at 3 house. We had a fight the same day, you heard me?
But apparently after this fight, they would share a blunt and become good friends, going on to make money and catch cases together since they were just 12 years old.
We spoke the blunt, you heard me? Yeah, I became part of NBA the same day. Just like
How
that.
old y'all was like around that time?
I'd say probably finna turn 12 or 12.
Ben has been a key part of the collective since day one, with a huge presence on social media, particularly Instagram, where he would give exclusive insights and snippets into the world of Never Broke Again. 10 still posts regularly on Instagram despite his original account having been taken down, and he's even seen some recent success in his own right as a rapper, with songs such as Pain and Walking Dead amassing over 1 million views each. But he's also a loose cannon, and not somebody to be messed with. He was seen on IG Live with Youngboy, Baby Joe, and other NBA members playing with guns, with Ben 10 letting off shots on IG Live, causing Baby Joe to duck for cover. BBG Baby Joe is another one of Youngboy's cousins, who despite his young age, has lived through a lot, including a bullet to the face.
You know, you guys were on the freeway. I think it was you and 2 friends, and a car opened fire on you guys.
We were leaving Walmart. Everybody went and got some cake and ice cream for my baby for his birthday. When I walk out Walmart, I see this shit. Yeah. And then like we didn't get, I ain't get shot on the interstate. I don't know where people get their information from. I was at the light. We was at the light, and then it just went like that. Yeah, man.
Despite facing serious danger in the streets, Baby Joe has been aiming to make a name for himself in the music industry and make himself some legitimate money. His 2018 song, Iraq, has over 5 million views, and as a beloved member of the NBA crew, Joe's name often pops up in Youngboy's songs. And if these lyrics are anything to go by, it seems that Joe's relationship with the streets remains strong. Another key member of the crew is Michi Baby, well known as Youngboy's raspy-voiced big cousin.
JT and that talking about Officer Monduke. Hey, man, y'all, hey man, we gonna run that gas tomorrow, man. Y'all go gas up with me tomorrow. Hey man, we can't go the whole week without gassing up now. We can't go the whole week without gassing up, bruh.
He's best known for his early 2000s style song Cutlass, as well as his 2020 track with Youngboy, Talk My, a track which has amassed an impressive 47 million views at the time of recording. Youngboy has talked about hitting licks and doing burglaries with his older cousin Michi on numerous occasions in his lyrics, leading some listeners to think that it was perhaps Michi who had influenced Youngboy's involvement with the streets in his early life. Then of course you have Big B, who picked up a lot of attention for his fire verse on the NBA posse cut That Gang, which picked up over 5 million views and also featured 3-3 and KD. Big B exhibits a more conventional rapping style compared to some other members of the NBA crew, with less laid-back melodies and catchy hooks, and more hard-hitting bars and punchy refrains delivered with aggressiveness and energy on the mic. There's NBA KD. He's known musically for his versatility and distinct flow, as well as a standout performance on the song That Gang. He also popped up with a verse on the song Extortion with Big B and 3-3, a track which got over 2 million views. His biggest solo track is the 2018 song When I Wake Up, and KD showed a lot of promise and potential in the early years of rap. Unfortunately, his momentum was derailed by a life-changing injury getting shot in 2019. Reportedly, after this incident,
my boy
KD was
JT
confined to a
down.
wheelchair. However, there's been a lot of speculation as to whether he was walking again after a period of rehabilitation. Whilst that's not been confirmed, since the incident, he's remained firmly behind the scenes, but is a beloved member of NBA. Another major member of the crew is Herm the Black Sheep. Musically, fans appreciate Herm for his real and authentic lyrics and subject matter rather than his style or flow on the mic. And if the content of his lyrics are to be believed, he is certainly not one to be messed with. In the same vein, there's also Who Gang D, aka Lil D, or Scully. This is another cousin of Youngboy with a serious reputation in the streets and his own budding rap career, with his catchy double-meaning titled song, Can't Go to Sleep, running up 1.6 million views at the time of this writing. Interestingly though, D wasn't even aware that he was Youngboy's cousin when they first became friends, apparently only finding out later through his mother and grandfather.
I didn't know he was my cousin at first.
Oh,
See,
really?
I was thugging with 3
Okay.
at first. And then my mama had texted me like when I was with him for a whole month straight, with YB for a month. She had texted me, she was like, she talked to my papa, and he told her that I had a cousin named NBA Youngboy that rap. You get what I'm saying? And she was like, for real, that's crazy, he already be hanging with him.
He is apparently the survivor of a gunshot wound to the neck, with Youngboy having dropped numerous lyrics complimenting D as a reliable shooter, even going as far in the song Bring the Hook to label him a headshot specialist. This is a skill that D himself all but admitted in his off-the-porch interview.
How'd you get a nickname Scully?
From this tattoo, I'm just saying like that. The gun, shooting the score.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. I take the love on the cash out too. Let's get it then. Know what I'm saying? Let's go. Damn it. We got something for that. We got something, you know what I'm saying? We got something for that. Hell yeah.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pill at night, you know I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Yeah. Tell them goddamn big little suit wearing ass nigga. Hey, you know what, bro? Man, I can't wait till the next goddamn piece of content I can find with some roastable material in it, boy. Somebody finna get the goddamn smoke. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, somebody in this goddamn Trap Love Ross video finna get the shirt with smoke. I just gotta make sure they ain't killed nobody first. First one of these niggas I figure out ain't no killer, I'm gonna roast the shit out their ass. Got to.
It's good.
He's got a promising rap career, a likable personality,
Sherry, what it do?
and big potential to be a star on the mic if he can stay out of trouble. You've also got Lil Pap, Ben 10's little brother, and a known shooter for the NBA crew in the streets. Youngboy has mentioned him as
Bursky, my nigga. What it do, bro? Hey.
being active in the streets in numerous songs, labeling him specifically as somebody who Youngboy can call on.
Yo, you seen YG tapping into his MJ? Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson? Jordan or Jackson? Something tell me YG can't hoop, bro. Or this nigga moonwalking. Which one?
For certain favors, and he recently got 5 years for his apparent involvement in the murder of TBG rival rapper G Money, which we will discuss in detail shortly. There's also NBA Chopper Boy, a big man with a big range in his vocals, bringing a great singing voice to the mic that serves to provide a canvas for his dark and menacing lyrics.
Hey,
then you've got Baba, one of Youngboy's frequently referenced shooters. Like Pat, Baba, or Baba Osama, is mentioned quite a bit in some of Youngboy's most violent songs, with Youngboy even rapping on the track Carter's Son that he calls up Baba to get the guns and go and rob people.
Hey, hold on then, fuck it then. Hold on, real quick.
I'm done talking about you. You're dead. You're dead, son. Dead to me.
Hey.
Pay to pay.
Hey.
Damn, what? Pay to pay. You're dead, son.
Let me see.
Dead to me.
Ooh.
Pay to pay.
My dumb ass ain't seen this.
Damn, what? Pay to pay. Oh, you're dead, son. Dead to me.
Hey.
Pay to pay. Oh, pay to pay. Pay to pay. These niggas pay for free. Oh, pay to pay.
Hey.
Mom, pay to
Much
pay.
love.
Pay to pay. These niggas pay for free. Oh, shout out to Casino.
Okay, I can say that one.
Mom, shout out to the one crack dude. Mom, ears to the street. Damn these beef. A salute to Ticket TV, the political kryptonite, Kwame Brown, great lands. Gone. Mom, talking about make up pay the hate. Mom, talking about make up pay the hate. Pay to pay. Damn, what? Pay to pay. You're dead, son. Dead to me.
Oh, man.
Pay to pay. Oh, damn, what? Pay to pay. Oh, you're dead, son. Dead to me. Pay to pay. Oh, pay to pay. Pay to pay. These niggas pay for free. Oh, pay to pay. Mom, pay to pay. Pay to pay. These niggas pay for free. Oh, shout out to Casino for life. Mom, shout out to the one crack dude. Mom, ears to the street. Damn beef. A salute to Ticket TV, the political kryptonite, Kwame Brown, great lands. Gone. Mom, talking about make up pay the hate.
Hey.
Mom, talking about make up pay the hate. Pay to pay. Oh, pay to pay.
Gas up,
pay
man. Shit.
to pay. These niggas pay for free. Oh, pay to pay. Mom, pay to pay. Pay to pay. These niggas pay for free. Oh, I'm done talking about you. You're dead. You're dead, son. Dead to me.
For him. Now, Baba has a pretty extensive rap sheet demonstrating just how active he was in the streets, and he's currently locked up on murder charges. But these aren't your average murder charges. It's actually been reported that Baba Osama is facing a whopping 9 counts of murder, with some recent posts on social media even suggesting that Baba Osama was actively working as a gang assassin or hitman, engaging in murder for hire for numerous gangs. Now, that's not necessarily everybody that's been involved with Youngboy's NBA crew over the years, but they are the people that we'll be talking about most extensively in today's story. Clearly, Youngboy's NBA crew are a group of young men coming out of some of the most difficult streets that the Deep South has to offer. Clearly, some of these guys aren't afraid to break the law, and even kill to protect what's theirs. Whether that's their own lives, the lives of those around them, or the life of their top breadwinner, Youngboy. The NBA crew are truly willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that they indeed never go broke again. However, there's been a lot of confusion over the years, because as well as NBA, there's another group that Youngboy and other NBA members shout out a lot, and that's 4K Trey, or 4KT. It would appear that while Youngboy started his record label in the name NBA, or Never Broke Again, his affiliations to actual gangs in the streets of Baton Rouge goes by another name. Youngboy has dropped numerous lyrics where he claims to be a member of the gang 4K Trey, who sometimes refer to themselves as Slimes. He's also made numerous references to being in America's infamous Blood Gang. Now, slime is a decades-old term that has been associated over the years with...
And see, this the only reason why, like, I be studying, and I want to make content like this, but it feel like I would be snitching on a nigga, dog. It feel like I would be snitching on a nigga, and especially if, like, I mean, if it's information that people don't know, I'm doing research and I'm putting this shit together, and you know what I'm saying? Who's to say Trap Love Ross wrong or right? You know what I mean? Who knows? It's hella entertaining content for shit, sure. But I be sitting here looking, and there's some parts of this shit, it feel a little bit snitchy. It feel a little bit telly like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the only part of the game. That's the only part of the game that I like, you know what I mean? Damn. What the fuck? What can I do with you know? I gotta figure out something I could do, like some news type shit, covering type shit that don't feel like snitchy. Like, I don't feel like I don't want to rat on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get a telling on nigga business or nothing that could, you know what I'm saying? Definitely get a man time, or even more time if he's to be convicted. And I got a piece of work out there that's putting together crimes and shit for a nigga, like, bruh. That's the only thing about this shit, but it be hella entertaining to watch though, bro.
Blood Gang members. This term was initially brought to the public's attention by Blood rapper Vado, who released numerous projects that would reference...
My dude, you watch Trap a lot. My dude said, you know I watch this guy a lot. Hell nah, I bet you do.
slime, with the usage of the blood slang slime and slat being popularized in mainstream modern rap music by Atlanta Blood rapper Young Thug, who is currently incarcerated awaiting trial for gang-affiliated charges. Now, this slime ideology essentially sees Blood members identifying under the color green rather than the traditional red bandana that Blood members are known to wear. And as Youngboy got further into the music industry, he would seemingly build close relationships with other rappers who were known to affiliate with the Blood Gang or identified as slime. People like Birdman, 21 Savage, and Young Thug himself. And as the years went by, Youngboy would increasingly use his lyrics and music videos to shout out his affiliations to 4K Trey, the Blood Gang, or Slimes, even naming his Never Broke Again label compilation album Green Flag Activity, along with him and his crew frequently being seen in public with nothing but slime green bandanas and blue clothing. They would also sometimes refer to each other as fours for 4K Trey. However, for the specific explanation of the gang's name, 4K Trey, this has been a mystery that has sparked debate amongst NBA fans for years. One popular theory is that it simply means for Kentrell, and that his 4KT gang are killing or shooting specifically for Youngboy, or Kentrell. Another popular theory claims that 4KT actually stands for Forever Killing Them, a more general rallying cry against their odds. Other people think that 4KT actually relates to the names of Youngboy's first children, with the first 4 of their names beginning with K and 1 beginning with T, with this being a more vanilla interpretation of the gang's name, suggesting that 4KT is a way of Youngboy saying that he's essentially doing what he does for his children, whose initials are K and T. Another explanation...
That's hard. I want to go with that one. I want to go to that one, because that's what mob mean to me. Nothing more, nothing less. I swear to God. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what mob mean to me. I would love to think that's what that mean. That's dope as shit. I mean, I don't, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck 4K Trey mean. Shit, that what Kyle got. That was John Morant new name 4K Trey Dry, nigga. 4K Trey Dry, nigga. But if that stands for his children, I think that's dope as fuck.
Explanation circulates suggesting that 4KT actually means for Crazy Trey. This is a reference to Crazy Trey, a young man from Baton Rouge who was gunned down at a party in 2014. He was apparently close friends with one of Youngboy's biggest enemies from Baton Rouge, Fredo Bang, a detail which has led many to suggest that this actually couldn't possibly be the true meaning of 4K Trey, with some outright denying this explanation, suggesting that Youngboy had not even yet associated with Fredo Bang at the time 4KT was founded. There's yet another theory that 4KT actually refers to
Married to the Piper, let's talk about that.
Youngboy's cousin Boozilla, who was killed in 2016, as his real name was Keandre, with a suggestion that 4K Trey actually was was originally 4K Dre, or Keandre, but the Dre over time ended up being changed to Trey. Now look, at this stage, it's unclear exactly what 4K Trey stands for, but in the end, perhaps we aren't supposed to know the real meaning. And the idea that the true origins of this gang that Youngboy supposedly affiliates with being shrouded in secrecy kinda makes perfect sense. After all, Youngboy's artist Quando Rondo would even say in his song Way Up that he actually threw a girl out just for even asking what 4K Trey meant. Clearly it's a secret, and clearly I'm not supposed to know, which means you are definitely not supposed to know. But now you know the city, the gangs, the label, and the people behind the music, let's take a closer look at the story, the incredible ups, the devastating downs, and the lessons to be learned from Youngboy's one.
Yeah, I can't even play with people like that. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, yeah, mob. Nah, every time I say mob, I'm letting niggas know what that shit mean. My family, my kids. My kids, man. That's the MOB. The chat, man. People that love me, bro. You know what I'm saying? My the family. That's all mob is. I'm down, so I be on record every chance I get, letting nigga know what mob mean to me. Cause hell no. Please don't play with me like that.
One-of-a-kind career and life journey. After falling out with his old label and crew, TBG or Top Boy Gorillas, Youngboy and his brother from another mother, OG3, would start their new crew, NBA, vowing to make it in the rap game and never go broke again.
From day one, that's where NBA started from, like, me and him sitting on that porch, like, really saying we wasn't trying to go broke no more.
The formation of his new NBA crew was announced with a bang when Youngboy dropped his earliest surviving music video, the aptly titled NBA, on his own YouTube channel.
Damn right, CRG all day, chicken and rooster gang. You know what I'm saying? That's it all day, Huda. Let's go. CRG the game. CRG the game. And CRG the mob, bro.
That video saw Youngboy and 3-3 surrounded by their NBA muscle.
Ooh, I'm finna start saying that shit in songs. Appreciate you, Huda. I'm about to put that bitch on wax, you hear me? Big CRG shit. I might get that thing tatted on me. I might get that shit tatted, nigga. Yeah, cause Young Rooster, that was the last button on Joe's coat. Nigga, I ain't make, shit, fuck that, boy. Know what I'm saying? For real.
Around 38th Street with all type of firearms. And the song itself came with lyrics where Youngboy shouted out his shooter, NBA Pap, rapping that he sends Pap to go and hit people up, as well as shouting out another shooter as NBA Connor with the Mac 11, going on to describe his NBA shooters as being as proficient with firearms as Navy SEALs. He would also rap about the cops and his ops in the city trying to hunt him down, and naming NBA outright as the gang that he represents. Youngboy's first ever mixtape, Life Before Fame, was launched under the TBG banner, the label Top Boy Gorillas, with their logo visible on the bottom left of the cover art. But by December 1st, 2015, Youngboy was going at it alone under his new NBA banner, with a fresh mixtape, Mind of a Menace.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, boy. I'm right. You see where I'm at with it, boy. I'm high as hell too, boy. This motherfucker hitting me back now. That bitch, woo! I was hitting that motherfucker hitting right back now, boy. Shit.
Being released fully independently and presented under the banner of his own NBA crew. And it would appear that Youngboy and NBA were using this project as an opportunity to drop sneak disses and disrespect towards their former crew TBG. On the project, he would drop several lines that were directed towards TBG, suggesting that they envied him and that he wasn't willing to work under somebody else's administration. Youngboy was beginning to build momentum independently of his former crew, and he'd keep his foot on the gas into 2016, following up his second mixtape with Speed.
Missy! Hey.
On April the 1st, 2016, only 4 months after Mind of a Menace dropped, Youngboy blessed his budding fanbase with a sequel, Mind of a Menace 2. And on this project, he continued to drop shade on his former crew TBG. In the intro for this tape, he suggests that they didn't live up to their promises and says that he's ready to go to war.
Hey, married to the paper. I'm definitely gonna put on. I gotta wait till the coast get clear for that thing over there though. Cause you know what I'm saying? For obvious reasons, right? When you get popping, you know what I'm saying? Shit get too popping and hate coming with that. So yeah, man, let me I'm gonna put a couple fires out here and there, and you know what I mean? Yeah, and hell yeah, some temperature die down on my name a little bit. Oh yeah, going crack. I'm gonna mash out with that. I'm definitely gonna put on for that very reason alone. You know what I mean? And you gotta think about it, man. The biggest name in the game, Burner. I was one of, like, as far as being a curator and like, you know what I mean, like and what he doing for the culture, what he doing for it. Like, okay, I think it's room for one of us to be at the forefront of, you know, what we would say, organically medicating yourself. You know what I'm saying? Organic medication. Yo. Yeah, I feel like it definitely should be somebody who represent us making some noise in that shit. And it's definitely some guys that's doing their thing, but like really hell. I mean, I definitely feel like I might could be the one that, you know, I might could be the one. I might could be the one. For real. Hey, I ain't bullshitting. So nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of the goddamn hate on my name die down a little bit and shit. Pop that out, cause yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little too much talking. It's a little bit too much talking to really, you know what I'm saying, get that shit popping, and then that thing, you know, boom, 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 boom. I ain't shit in here for a bit to find. I'm gonna be like, man, damn, dog. So you, damn, dog. Like all that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it though.
With his former allies. Then in the song A Lot of Miles, Youngboy explains that rather than switching on TBG like some say he did, he actually claims to have just gotten smarter and that he hasn't really changed at all. Perhaps indicating that he felt he got smart to what was going on and realised that his career would benefit more as a free agent. Youngboy would seemingly indicate his...
I don't have I have medicine. I don't have no drugs, my dude. But if you got land though, shit, that will be useful. It is useful. It is useful. Damn, man, look, check this out. I put this shit together. I put this shit to package this shit up, man. Look, everybody with some goddamn land gonna be hitting me up so they can figure out what to do, so they can figure out really how to make some money on that goddamn land. I finna pack it and then they hoe up. You know what I'm saying?
Team's readiness to go to war with their former crew. On the track Fact, rapping that he's riding around with Pap, OG3, and Guns, looking for their ops, and aiming to make their guns go boom when they see them. Around this time, it seemed clear that Youngboy formed his winning strategy of flooding the internet with music through frequent mixtape releases. Less than 3 months after Mind of a Menace 2, Youngboy would drop yet another mixtape before...
You know what though? Never mind. Ooh, shit, boy, I almost fucked up the paper.
I Go, which was released on June the 27th, 2016. And on this project, Youngboy would begin to drop hints alluding to the ongoing beef with G Money, the star rapper of his former crew TBG, Top Boy Gorillas. Youngboy would also be shooting more threats to his former crew on the song Change, saying Youngboy not TBG, and if someone plays, he's gonna get it. And another lyric on the song Change seemed to acknowledge a rumour that G Money had actually hooked up with Youngboy's sister, with Youngboy saying he won't speak on sleeping with my sister, something that perhaps wasn't public knowledge at the time of this song's release. But around a year later, G Money would openly admit and kind of brag about hooking up with Youngboy's sister in a Say Cheese interview.
He met about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
The beef between Youngboy and G Money would be further complicated.
Damn, Trap Lil Ross just threw Say Cheese up under the bus a little bit, dog. Like, on some slick shit, would it be fair to say Trap Lil Ross just threw Say Cheese up under the bus? Cause it just my interpretation of it is that interview, that Say Cheese interview got that man killed. Seemed like if he would have never had that interview or never would, you know what I'm saying? Now maybe he said it somewhere else or said it on a different platform, but Trap Lil Rock, like, you know, niggas would go on their Instagram live, say some shit, go viral, and then go on a motherfucking whole press tour saying that shit on every media outlet, saying the same shit they went, you know what I'm saying? So, damn. It kind of feel like goddamn Trap Lil Ross saying Say Cheese got that man killed a little bit, to me. Am I instigating right? Am I instigating? No, I ain't instigating worth a fuck. No, I ain't instigating, cuz. Hell nah. Trap Lil Ross just threw Say Cheese up on the bus.
By Youngboy's cousin Boozilla. Boozilla repped BBG, or Bottom Boy Gorillas. They were the main rivals of TBG until Youngboy started his NBA crew. The story goes that G Money from TBG was beefing.
Oh my god. Now that'll get my stupid ass clapped if I upload a video saying Trap Lil Ross threw Say Cheese up under the bus. If I upload that video and title that shit like that with this content in there, that's how I get my stupid ass clap right there. I bet you. Niggas see that shit. Man, strike that shit.
Boozilla from BBG over some story.
Say run it back. I'm scared to. Hold up. Let's get it though. Oh yeah, with it. 58-16, cause that's a 5-hour bitch. It's a 5-hour bit.
smarter, and that he hasn't really changed at all. Perhaps indicating that he felt he got smart to what was going on and realized that his career would benefit more as a free agent. Youngboy would seemingly indicate his team's readiness to go to war with their former crew. On the track Fact, rapping that he's riding around with Pap, OG3, and Guns, looking for their ops and aiming to make their forever loyalty crew, who would later be closely...
Hold up, what is it at? Now I want to see it again now.
After falling out with his old label and crew, TBG or Top Boy Gorillas, Youngboy and his brother from another mother, OG3, would start their new crew, NBA, vowing to make it in the rap game and never go broke again.
From day one, that's where NBA started from, like, me and him sitting on that porch, like, really saying we wasn't trying to go broke no more.
The formation of his new NBA crew was announced with a bang when Youngboy dropped his earliest surviving music video, the aptly titled NBA, on his own YouTube channel.
Nah, cause it's on my brain now. Like, I want to be sure, bro, cause I be seeing shit sometime, man, and I don't know if I be tripping or not.
Yo saw Youngboy and 3-3 surrounded by their NBA muscle all around 38th Street with all types of firearms. And the song itself came with lyrics where Youngboy shouted out his shooter, NBA Pap, rapping that he sends Pap to go and hit people
Crazy thing is, I don't never be tripping though. I used to be right.
up, as well as shouting out another shooter as NBA Connor with the Mac 11, going on to describe his NBA shooters as being as proficient with firearms as Navy SEALs. He would also rap about the cops and his ops in the city trying to hunt him down, and naming NBA outright as the gang that he represents. Youngboy's first ever mixtape, Life Before Fame, was launched under the TBG banner. The label Top Boy actually hooked up with Youngboy's sister, with Youngboy saying he won't speak on sleeping with my sister, something that perhaps wasn't public knowledge at the time of this song's release. But around a year later, G-Money would openly admit and kind of brag about hooking up with Youngboy's sister in a Say Cheese interview.
He met by the...
He did! He did! Oh, man, I'm right. Okay, I went tripping, bro. He threw Say Cheese on the bus like shit. 47.52. 47.52. At the 47.52 mark, he threw Say Cheese ass up under the bus. Look, he did.
Actually hooked up with Youngboy's sister, with Youngboy saying he won't speak on sleeping with my sister, something that perhaps wasn't public knowledge at the time of this song's release. But around a year later, G-Money would openly admit and kind of brag about hooking up with Youngboy's sister in a Say Cheese interview.
He met by the sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
The beef between Youngboy and G-Money would be further complicated by Youngboy's cousin Boozilla. Boozilla repped BB.
Trap Lil Ross ain't shit. Trap Lil Ross ain't shit, bro. I mean that in a respectful way. I mean that like jokingly. Like, he threw that man up under the bus smooth as shit, bro. He pretty much saying that's Say Cheese body. At this point, he's saying that's Say Cheese body. At this point, like, that's how I feel, nigga. He said Say Cheese reason that man got killed. Why he got beef with Say Cheese, bro? That nigga Trap Lil Ross got beef with Say Cheese, bro.
TBG or Bot Boy Gorillas. They were the main rivals of TBG until Youngboy started his NBA crew. Story goes that G-Money from TBG was beefing with Boozilla from BBG over some stolen drugs. Drugs which some believe Youngboy himself may have actually stolen, blaming Boozilla. This theory is based on lyrics G-Money rapped on his song Industry, where he claimed Youngboy's own cousin wanted to kill him. So, on July the 16th, 2016, Youngboy's cousin Boozilla drops the song Forgive Me, where he's dissing TBG and repping BBG. He wears a BBG t-shirt in the video, and he shouts out the Bottom Boys as his crew. He'd rap lyrics seeming to suggest that he was a shooter and that he wants to kill a rapper. But more specifically, he dissed another local rapper by the name of FL Dusa. Dusa is from the FL or Forever Loyalty crew, who would later be closely affiliated with TBG, with Dusa himself later dropping numerous songs with Fredo Bang, Lit Yoshi, and other TBG artists. In Boozilla's song Forgive Me, he raps that Dusa is scared to walk through the South and that he's laying down the law in his area. Apparently the beef between Boozilla and Dusa was extremely personal and would eventually turn deadly. But before things would escalate to more violence, Youngboy would end up making a huge leap forward in his rap career. On September the 21st, 2016, Youngboy drops a video for his breakout track, 38 Baby. Named after the street he grew up on, Northside 38, this song was a window into his life, fresh out of the streets. The track painted a picture of his daily life, drinking lean, smoking with demons, and sending his hitters at people for any reason he can find, explaining how he's not able to go anywhere without being armed, and having to look out for old friends who turned on him over envy. Frankly, this song described a lot of pressure for a 16-year-old kid to be dealing with at the time. In the track, he also seemed to drop shade on G-Money and TBG, denying their claims that they blew him up.
That was the first NBA Youngboy song I have ever heard. 38 Baby, that was the first song I heard. And the first thing came to my mind, I was like, what? This little nigga 16? Whoa. You know what I'm saying? And then I thought about it. Fuck, I thought about what the fuck, who I was around and shit like that. Like, I've been listening to him ever since. I'm like, damn, that little nigga, he's 16 talking like this. And how he saying this shit, it ain't like, you can tell when a motherfucker making up raps and when they talking about their life. I said, oh, hell, boy, this little nigga God, somebody. I've been praying for that little nigga ever since I heard this shit. For real, cuz.
Up as a rapper and claiming that they just don't like the fact that he's now blowing up faster than them. The music video for 38 Baby saw Youngboy and his friends toting plenty of firearms, and many people were taken aback by seeing somebody so young, surrounded by so much danger, and communicating the stark reality of their life so clearly over a catchy beat. Hell, footage would later even circulate showing that Youngboy actually recorded many of the songs from around this period with an actual AK-47 on him in the recording booth. This 16-year-old Youngboy was living a life truly beyond his years, and this spectacle would attract the attention of many, many more fans and music industry players. The song 38 Baby and its music video has garnered over 100 million views on YouTube to this day, and the song itself was followed by a full mixtape, also titled 38 Baby, which dropped on October the 28th, 2016. This project would truly be the watershed moment of Youngboy's career professionally, and he would finally get co-signs from respected rappers in the industry. As on the mixtape itself, Youngboy secured collaborations with fellow Louisiana Baton Rouge legends such as Kevin Gates and Boosie Badass, as well as a verse from his day one brother OG3. In fact, Kevin Gates, after appearing on the 38 Baby mixtape track Like Me, even got a portrait of Youngboy tattooed on his right leg just to show his admiration for the rising Louisiana legend. And Boosie would invite Youngboy to feature on his November 2016 track My Lil Son, where Youngboy rapped menacingly about sliding on his ops with NBA Joe and 3-3. But back to the 38 Baby mixtape. As well as gaining Youngboy the respect of heavy hitters in the Baton Rouge rap scene, it also gained Youngboy an enormous amount of fame and success in the eyes of his fanbase. But bizarrely, in very Youngboy fashion, rather than reveling in the success of his latest release, just a week after the 38 Baby project dropped, he came out with yet another mixtape.
My favorite motherfucking NBA Youngboy project ever. Mind of a Menace 3. Mind of a Menace 3 got my shit, bro. If he end up referencing the song that I like the most out of this goddamn album, I'ma lose my fucking mind, bro. Mind of a Menace 3, maybe, like, 38 Baby had me listening. Mind of a Menace 3, this shit right here, I was like, yeah. I like that little nigga. I like that little nigga. I like that little nigga.
Mind of a Menace 3, releasing on November the 4th, 2016. This time, coming with yet another major industry cosign, a remix of his song Murder featuring Atlanta blood rapper 21 Savage, a remix which also dropped with a music video the very same day. Youngboy even later claimed that he became a member of 21 Savage's set of the Blood Gang, 4L, and they seemingly fostered a close relationship, something which would unfortunately deteriorate years later. But regardless, at this point Youngboy seemingly had fully muscled his way into the music industry, and it would be these major moves that would have Youngboy's name ringing not just in the streets, but also in the corner offices of record labels. At a certain point in 2016, he started working with super manager Fee Banks, a Louisiana industry legend who had apparently helped Lil Wayne start Young Money and previously managed Kevin Gates. Fee would begin to advocate on behalf of Youngboy in the music industry, ultimately putting him in the position to field multi-million-dollar offers from major record labels. So at this point, Youngboy was seemingly set. He'd survived the dangerous streets of Northside 38, escaping the trenches with his life, and escaping the clutches of his former crew TBG as a free agent, able to take his career wherever he wanted without hindrance. The problem is, sometimes you can rise to the top so fast that it hurts. And unfortunately for Youngboy, troubling legal issues seemed to arrive just as quickly as the money and fame did. And unfortunately, due to the brewing troubles in the streets between his former crew and his extended family, Youngboy would end up being played.
So you hate the title? Shit, it's the truth. It's the truth. That's what this nigga think. That's how Trap Lil Ross trying to put it down.
Placed in a difficult position, ultimately catching a serious case that had the potential to put a complete stop to his promising career just as it was getting started. While Youngboy's star is beginning to rise, the deadly war on the streets of Baton Rouge is raging on. After departing from the crew TBG, Top Boy Gorilla, Youngboy and his Never Broke Again or NBA collective would become bitter rivals with the former crew. And this situation was only complicated further by the ongoing drama between TBG and their original rivals BBG, Bottom Boy Gorillas, a crew which Youngboy's cousin Boozilla was a prominent member of. Despite the two apparently having a falling out in 2015, it would seem that by 2016, Boozilla and Youngboy's NBA crew had made things right, as Boozilla would post on Twitter that he'd forgiven, as well as tweeting warning people not to play with BBG or NBA, suggesting that these two crews were in alliance against TBG and any of their affiliates. But things would all come to a head for these warring groups at the end of 2016. On July the 16th, 2016, Youngboy's cousin Boozilla drops the song Forgive Me, where he's dissing TBG and repping BBG, with lyrics in the song dissing another local rapper by the name of FL Dusa, saying Dusa is scared to walk through the South and that they're laying down the law in their area. It would seem that this lyric was taken as a personal challenge by his opposition, as just after midnight on November the 2nd, 2016, Youngboy's cousin, 18-year-old BBG Boozilla, real name Keandre Ricks, would be riding his bike near the 2000 block of Nebraska Street, less than a block from his family home. And it was here where he was targeted by gunmen who shot him multiple times in the upper torso and left him dead in the middle of the street. Boozilla's mother would go on to do a distraught interview with WAFB News after reports of the brutal killing became public.
You gotta bury your child. This is so wrong when people kill kids.
Kenya Taylor is still grieving more than a month after her son, 18-year-old Keandre Ricks, was shot and killed just steps away from his Nebraska Street home.
It's like I'm dreaming and I haven't woke up yet. Like, I had a bad dream. I'm just waiting on the Lord to wake me up.
Taylor walked us over to where her son's body was found, a place she's visited often, trying to make sense of this senseless killing.
Then this way he must have fell it right here. Could have had blood all right here.
Now, after this shooting, things get very complicated. It's widely believed that the murder of Boozilla was in connection with the ongoing feud that he had going with FL Doosa, with the majority of the comments on Boozilla's music video Forgive Me seeming to mock him, saying that he said Doosa is scared to walk through the South, and suggesting that this caused somebody to come through and take his life. Now, despite the differences they may have had in the past, naturally the murder of Boozilla would have devastating effects on his cousin Youngboy and other members of NBA and BBG. So, unsurprisingly, it didn't take long for those on Boozilla's side to attempt to get revenge for his murder. Boozilla was killed around midnight on Wednesday the 2nd November 2016, and retaliation would come around 9.5 hours later, when around 9:30 AM on the 2000 block of Kentucky Street, just a couple of blocks away from where the fatal shooting of Boozilla occurred, a vehicle containing Youngboy and 3 of his NBA affiliates pulls up and starts shooting. Unfortunately, this attempt at revenge ends up going wrong, and somebody from Youngboy's group ends up getting shot in the neck. Allegedly, NBA Joe.
Police find a man suffering from a gunshot wound to the neck, saying he was shot in a different neighborhood just a few streets away.
With rumours circulating, debating whether or not it was friendly fire from Youngboy or his side hitting Joe, or the targets of their gunfire returning fire and connecting. And years later, the police report from the incident would even suggest that Youngboy himself had been firing from the vehicle with an assault rifle. Regardless of exactly who was responsible, at this point the getaway car flees the scene, with the shooters and the injured man driving to the area of May and East Lakeshore Drive. Ultimately, this car would end up getting a flat tyre and crashing at the LSU Lakes. Here, the shooters flee, leaving the injured man in his vehicle, where he's fortunately found by police and given medical attention. Naturally, it didn't take long for details of these outrageous back-to-back shootings to hit the news.
At this hour, there are a lot of questions remaining around 2 Baton Rouge shootings. One left a teenager dead, the other ended with the victim wounded at LSU Lakes.
Possibly 3 different scenes, and all 3 may be connected. That's what Baton Rouge police are trying to figure out. They've been interviewing witnesses, but so far, they do not have any suspects.
Just after midnight, Baton Rouge police went out to Nebraska Street. 18-year-old Keandre Ricks was found dead, lying in the street, shot multiple times in the chest. Neighbors in the area tell us they saw a silver-colored Hyundai with 3 people inside driving around the area late night and into this morning. Then, shortly after 9:30 this morning, police get a call from a man shot once in the neck around the LSU Lakes. When they finally found him, he was in a silver-colored Hyundai. He was transported to the hospital and listed in stable condition as of now. Baton Rouge police have said the shooting did not start here at the lakes. Instead, they're looking to see if 3 different scenes are all connected. The first was at Nebraska, well, just 8 streets over, or 0.4 miles away. Around 9:30 this morning, police say a man was shot in the neck. He, or the suspect, then drove 1.4 miles to East Lakeshore in May, around the LSU Lakes, and called police for help.
This is not a random shooting. They believe the shooter and victim actually did know each other.
Surprisingly, however, the violence was still not over, and the following day, on the 3rd of November 2016, at roughly 9:49 AM, shooters would return to the street where Boozilla lived with his family and was killed, with officers nearby claiming to have heard 37 gunshots, apparently fired by 2 shooters, who then fled the scene in a getaway vehicle. They would leave 2 homes on the street riddled with bullets, and at this point, the violence in Baton Rouge, held just in this street alone, was spiraling out of control. And at a certain point, the danger was so high that the authorities placed the local school on lockdown out of fear that further shootings would affect the children in the local community.
A number of schools in East Baton Rouge Parish are on lockdown, and for separate reasons. Today, we start with the 3 schools that were also placed on lockdown yesterday.
Police are still on scene here at the intersection of Nebraska and East Harrison Street. They're looking into reports of shots fired earlier today. Now, you can see details are still there.
Shit, now I see why everybody was saying I'm putting my kids in homeschool. Look, Edith, you heard that? That one caught me off guard, man.
Limited about much of the investigation is centered around this white home here, right near the intersection of East Harrison and Nebraska Street. This is the latest in a rash of recent shootings in this area over the past few days, including one that left an 18-year-old dead. The teen was found shot to death Wednesday in the 2000 block of Nebraska Street. That incident happened around midnight. Then yesterday morning, around 9:30, a man was shot in the neck.
It's like this was published November 3rd of 2016. 2016. Chicken was 8 years old. Lord have mercy. That's crazy.
Back on Kentucky Street, which is just a couple of blocks from the spot where that fatal shooting occurred.
Missy! Nah, I ain't heard him yet. I ain't heard him, TB. You gotta send me something hard. Pause. Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what I'm saying? Send me one of his pop, bro. Send me a hit, bro. God, so bad.
The victim left the area in a car and then parked around the LSU Lakes to call for help. These recent violent incidents near Nebraska have left some residents feeling uneasy.
At this point, even people living on this street were being interviewed by the news, telling them that it's like living in hell.
I live on this street, and this is by the worst street to live on. You say living in hell? This is hell right here. The young folk don't have no respect for old Elizabeth.
At some point, the shooting would stop, the smoke would clear, and local investigators would finally be able to piece together exactly what had happened and putting those involved in handcuffs. A 17-year-old man by the name of Trayshawn Coates would be arrested and charged with second-degree murder for the killing of Boozilla, along with a 27-year-old man by the name of Monty Carey. This was reported in The Advocate that also published an interview with Boozilla's mother. In it, she would claim that since the killing, her other children's grades have fallen in school and that they're suffering behavioural issues. And I thought that this was an important detail to include, because you have to remember that when somebody gets killed in a gang feud, it starts a chain reaction. And ultimately, this cycle of violence affects far more than just the victims. Whether it's their innocent relatives suffering depression following the incident, or surviving friends who vow to commit acts of violence in revenge, a vicious cycle is started when that first killing happens that only accelerates with more retaliation, dragging more and more innocent people into this deadly cycle of violence. Anyway, despite the rumours that FL Dousa was involved in the killing of Boozilla after he dissed him on the song Forgive Me, Dousa, real name Renard Clifton, would not be connected to this incident officially, though theories would circulate online suggesting that he was the one that sent the hit. He would remain free following this incident, going on to release songs like Straight Facts. However, he would end up in jail on a separate attempted murder charge stemming from a double shooting on the 3rd of June 2018, which we'll go into in detail later. But with the shooters of Boozilla in cuffs, the Baton Rouge police would next be tasked with finding those NBA members who slid the following day, with one member who got shot in the neck already in the arms of law enforcement. Their next job was to get their hands on Youngboy himself. A warrant was issued for his arrest, and he would be tracked down by authorities, being arrested on November the 28th, being taken into custody by US Marshals just before he could get on stage at a show in Austin, Texas, in dramatic scenes that were even caught on camera.
Hey, get inside, get inside! Hey, get the hell inside, get the fuck inside!
Youngboy was charged on suspicion of attempted first-degree murder from the alleged drive-by shooting, while NBA Big B, real name True Londrick Norman, was also involved in the shooting but wouldn't get arrested for his role in it until 2019. There was also NBA Ben 10, real name Ben Fields, who would also be identified as having participated in this drive-by shooting. As a result, following the arrest of the NBA crew and Youngboy himself, the local news would begin to report on this dramatic takedown of one of Baton Rouge's most promising rappers.
17-year-old rapper Kentrell Gaulden, better known by his stage name NBA Youngboy, is behind bars tonight after being taken into custody by federal authorities before a concert in Austin, Texas.
Tonight, police say they've arrested 17-year-old Kentrell Gaulden, a rapper known by his stage name NBA Youngboy, in connection to a drive-by shooting on Kentucky Street. Detectives believe those shootings may have been in retaliation to Rick's death and say more arrests are possible as they continue to investigate.
At this point, Youngboy would be taken back to Louisiana and booked into prison with a $200,000 bond being set. But the Baton Rouge police weren't done seeking justice yet, as the final piece of the puzzle would fall into place once police announced an arrest in the third shooting, which occurred on Boozilla Street the day after NBA members had attempted to get revenge for his death the previous night, with cops identifying 20-year-old Derek Geis, who was taken into custody accused of being the getaway driver for 2 other shooters, being charged with attempted murder, attempted second-degree murder, aggravated criminal damage of property, illegal use of a weapon, and simple criminal damage to property. And he would ultimately end up pleading down to a lesser weapons charge and getting only 2 years in jail, with cops ultimately identifying one of the shooters in the case as Michael Odenyinma, as well as, shockingly, Trayshawn Coates, that very same person who was charged for the Boozilla murder just the day before. Which means that if true, the person that killed Boozilla did it, got spun on by NBA, and still went back the very next day and shot up that same block again. But unfortunately, due to him being just age 17, there was never any public reporting on whether or not he was found guilty for these crimes or sentenced. The murder of Boozilla and days of deadly violence that followed truly rocked this Baton Rouge community, as well as those connected to the victims. Many NBA members would get RIP Boo tattoos on their necks, and others would be seen toting guns at Boozilla's grave. Regular celebrations would be held called Boo Day on his birthday in his honor, and at the 2018 celebration of Boozilla's life, his mother would speak to a crowd, delivering some poignant words to a number of friends and family who had gathered in the area.
It's just my baby time to go. Yes, it hurts. But good Lord called him home, so he in a better place. And they asked him to come back here, he wouldn't even want to come back here. He just gonna wait on us to come up there, so y'all gotta do good, so y'all can make it to heaven. He was like, in this for the Lord. I know a lot of you guys doing a lot of stupid things. I ain't gonna tell y'all, don't handle y'all business, but if they ain't coming at you, don't worry about it. But if they come at you, you handle your business. That's all I can tell you. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pray for all of y'all, pray y'all make it home safe, and pray for y'all every day. Because I don't want nobody to go through what I'm going through, because this really hurts. It's like about to send me insane. Like some days I do good and some days I have my bad days, and today just a good day. But I don't want to see nobody mama going through what I'm going through, nobody's siblings, nobody's family, nothing, because that really hurts. They like, when somebody do things like that, change the person's whole life. You think you can hurt that person, you hurt that person, because they ain't meant for them to be here, they gonna leave here. So that person at peace. But that person's family is suffering. So all I want y'all to do is do good for them, get y'all education, be the best y'all can be, the sky's the limit, whatever y'all want to do, y'all do.
It's important to remember that no matter how many songs or social media posts glamorize the sliding that goes on between these gangs, behind this are grieving families, mothers and siblings who have to live with the consequences of these split-second decisions. And as she said, when somebody dies in the gang wars, that person who died is at peace. It's everyone else who was innocent to the original beef that has to live on with the grief of someone else's impulsive decisions. Sadly, it would take many years for Youngboy to realize the consequences of the violence playing out in his music and in his life. But for now, he would be stuck in the system waiting for a chance to plead his case in front of a judge. At the time of these charges, Youngboy was only 17 years old, but Louisiana is one of the few states in the US where 17-year-olds can be charged as adults. And so, Youngboy spent December 2016 to August 2017 incarcerated, waiting for updates on his case. But, at least for the fans, it wasn't all bad, because while Youngboy was locked up, his management team got to work and did their best to keep his music career alive. They created an updated version of his previous project, Before I Go, re-releasing it as Before I Go Reloaded, removing the songs Stuck With Me, Change, and All Night, and adding that 21 Savage remix of Murder, along with the track Bands and Fact. Then, on April the 14th, 2017, the label also released a reloaded version of his Mind of a Menace 3 mixtape, which removed the Murder remix with 21 Savage because they just put it on the Before I Go Reloaded mixtape, as well as taking off the tracks Life and Booting in this, and adding the tracks Blowing Up, and Just Made a Play featuring Moneybagg Yo. So, while Youngboy was sitting in jail, all of these songs that were being released were picking up heat in the streets, and fans would eagerly await his release. And eventually, to some people's surprise, Youngboy was actually able to cut a pretty favourable deal with prosecutors, copping to the lesser charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. On August the 22nd, 2017, Youngboy was sentenced to a term of 10 years suspended prison time and 3 years of active supervised probation, which essentially meant that he was able to get out of jail and return to his music career. But the potential to have to go back and serve a full 10 years in prison would now follow him
TB, motherfucking fact.
around for 3 years, along with a probation officer who would be closely supervising his every move going forward. In addition to that, he was also ordered to pay a fine of $5,000 and do 250 hours of supervised community service, which apparently even included doing an anti-violence PSA, which to the disappointment of fans everywhere, never seemed to actually surface publicly. But Youngboy wouldn't simply waltz out of the courtroom, because apparently during that sentence, he had what was described as a tense but respectful back and forth with District Judge Bonnie Jackson. Apparently during the case, she admonished him for going out with his boys, looking for trouble, and finding it. But Youngboy, to his credit, kept his cool during this exchange, taking full responsibility for everything that had gone down in the incident. Judge Jackson went on to say that she didn't care about Youngboy's celebrity status and suggested that his rap music wasn't helping the high rates of violence in the community that he was coming out of. The judge would tell him directly that the genre of music that he makes has a lot to do with the mindset that people have, suggesting that it normalized violence. Apparently, Youngboy actually interjected at this point, reminding the judge that nobody had actually died in the incident, with the judge clapping back, saying that he's lucky that he's such a bad aim and that he wasn't facing first-degree murder charges. It's also worth pointing out that the court did hear about how Youngboy had been trying to make a difference in his community by looking after his mother, buying her a home, and giving out school supplies to local children. The judge would then make a smearing and condescending remark about the fact that Youngboy had 3 kids at 17 years old. In response to that dig by the judge, Youngboy promised to do right by his family, and once Youngboy accepted his plea, he would be released from jail ahead of the actual sentencing, being welcome homed by hotshot rappers like Boosie and Young Dolph. Youngboy would be seen fresh home on social media, being greeted by his NBA crew, and rocking the same Burberry button-up shirt that he was booked for the crime in.
Say where my new boys at, man. On Montana. What up, Mac, man? What's up, baby? I'm cool, man. I was from Texas, man. We got few to deal.
Being greeted outside jail by Montana in a white Maybach.
It's the best feeling ever. We got KD right there, we got Davis, we got Max Hardy. I ain't know what it is.
Youngboy was fresh home, and music would be the first thing on his mind. He would be seen filming freestyles in the same outfit and surrounded by his crew and manager Big Dump.
Count 3 here, tell them on chat in the studio with Zay, in the studio with Strange on the grind every day. I've been chasing that sack real there, baby. I'm from out the track.
His first major release since his release would be the biggest song of his career so far, the track Untouchable. This was a big single where Youngboy spoke optimistically about making it out of the struggle of the Baton Rouge streets, and vowing to make the most of this opportunity that he had to make it through music, and declaring his intention to move out of Baton Rouge to Los Angeles, where he would hope that he no longer needs to carry a gun. Untouchable ended up hitting number 95 on the Billboard charts, becoming Youngboy's first solo single to chart in the United States. By August 2017, Youngboy was back in the studio, ready to focus on his music career, despite the prying eyes of a probation officer set to be following him for the coming years. So, following the successful release of Untouchable, Youngboy's team would drop his latest mixtape, AI Youngboy, on August the 4th, 2017, a project which would end up landing at the impressive number 24 on Billboard's 200 album chart. This also included another popular single, the track No Smoke, which surpassed Untouchable and ended up landing at number 61 on Billboard.
Wait, he currently got 10? He got 10 kids right now, JT? Boy, that's probably past crazy. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Top 100 singles chart. Youngboy was storming the charts and seemingly attracting the attention of both labels and other rappers. Funnily enough, on the song GG, Youngboy seemed to suggest that Chicago rapper Lil Durk and his collective had tried to sign him to his crew and record label, OTF, or Only the Family. But Youngboy would have bigger ideas than signing to another rapper, as only days after Youngboy's sentencing went public, it would then be announced that he had officially signed to Atlantic Records, in a huge 5-album contract reportedly worth $2 million. And Youngboy would seemingly celebrate this deal by purchasing a Tiger and telling fans that he got paid a big bag.
I'm like, you pay me.
You pay me.
I got that bag. I'm getting paid for everything I do.
So, despite losing his cousin Boozilla and very nearly losing his freedom attempting to get revenge, in the end, Youngboy would escape a long prison sentence, returning to
Married to the Paper. Come on, man. That was the furthest thing from my mind, Married to the Paper.
the music career that was buzzing before he went to jail and taking it to new heights, landing chart positions on Billboard and a multi-million-dollar deal with a major record label. Things were on the up for the NBA crew, but despite the wins they were having in the industry, there would still be tension in the streets, as Youngboy had a whole host of enemies who would be dissing him while he was locked up.
Nah, that's real though, Ida. That's real.
And desperate to see him fall when he was released, with the NBA crew ultimately taking drastic action to protect their star prospect. When Youngboy began picking up steam as a rapper in Baton Rouge, naturally, he attracted a lot of opposition. After parting ways with former street crew turned label TBG, Top Boy Gorilla, he would find himself at war with their main artists, G Money and Fredo Bang. But they wouldn't be the only enemies that Youngboy would make in the city. In November 2015, Youngboy dropped a song called Homicide, a collaboration with another Baton Rouge rapper by the name of Scotty Cain. They would appear together on the song and in the music video, and apparently Youngboy would become friends with Cain. But later, they had a falling out, with some suggesting that Cain may have felt slighted by lyrics on his song So Long, where Youngboy rapped that he blew up in his city and that he was getting views even without the song with Scotty. This was followed by an IG live clip where Youngboy would rap lyrics saying that someone changed on him. Apparently at some point Scotty Cain caught Youngboy in a studio and slapped him, later taking to social media to explain his side of the story, saying that Youngboy had begged him for a verse and after asked him for money for shoes, and saying that he was trying to get close to Scotty Cain's crew because he had fallen out with TBG, with Cain even going as far as to tell Youngboy if he really has money, then send a hit and kill him.
I'ma address the situation like a man. Your bitch ass rolled my cousin. Y'all came to the studio, he begged me to do the first verse. I did not want to do it. I thought about it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get a chance. I did the first, your bitch ass asked me to put something on your shoes. You not with my label, bitch ass, so you. I'm doing, what I'm going to have with you on shoes and videos for? It was over there writing TBG, they wanted to raw your ass out. Now your ass come trying to rap my music. Now you get on and do all this. You got bread, kill drop your bread, man. What the don't do all that. Kill me, come see me. Living like that. Cause you know me. I'm living like that all day, every day. You know how I'm coming.
In response to this deadly threat from Cain, Youngboy would reply to this by rapping more lyrics from the song Gravity and showing that he had goons behind him, ready to shoot.
Yeah, and I don't owe nobody but my mama, boy, and my they was the ones who behind me, boy. Remember, I ain't had nothing to eat, I ain't go steal for it. Show you my bank account, I swear I got 6 figures large. Around me, they hating, probably won't snake me for it. These under the skies, living under the board. I hate these they wasn't made for it. Lord, please don't mistake me, play gon' die, cause I ain't going for it. In the life that I'm living, I pray I make it through the night. As I ride through my city, I'm thinking, looking at the lights.
Youngboy would appear to address the incident on the song Who You Supposed to Be, admitting that he was sent an address where he pulled up and where he was confronted by 3 people.
Them songs hit different when you know the story behind them. God damn.
And seemingly admitting to crying when they pulled out guns on him, but still mocking them for not using the guns, and ending the track seemingly threatening to kill Scotty Cain. Later on, Pablo El Chapo, who had apparently intervened in this incident where guns had been pulled on Youngboy in a studio, posted a clip to social media seemingly confirming that Youngboy cried and suggesting that he had saved his life.
But I do know, little Youngboy, when you pulled them rods on your ass, you was crying in that studio. I saved your motherfucking life. I told my youngin' man, leave that slide, bro. That crying, man. Crying in front of his manager, man. Slide, he ain't about that gang shit. Y'all asked him to fight, they won't fight. Then when he brought up the gun, we could do it with the gun. 2 or 3 guns in your face, you was crying. Ass boy. Chapo saved.
Cain would actually respond to Youngboy in a diss track of his own, only days after his cousin Boozilla was gunned down. Scotty Cain would drop the Youngboy diss track NBA Smoke, produced by prolific TBG producer Austin on the Track. On this track, Cain would return Youngboy's death threats with threats of his own, as well as saying that somebody killed Boozilla and he didn't do anything about it. Kind of an ironic lyric, considering that a month after this song dropped, Youngboy would indeed be charged with double attempted murder, attempting to do something about Boozilla. But while Youngboy was in jail for doing exactly that, Scotty would drop a video on Instagram, seemingly distancing himself from this beef.
Hey look man, I'm on the road to success, man. I ain't with none of that. Y'all can have it. I ain't with that bitch. I ain't trying to kill none of you. I ain't trying to do none of that with none of you.
My niggas, I ain't trying to kill none of you niggas. I ain't trying to do none of that.
Kids, I got so much going on good for me, dog. Like, it's a lot happening right now. I ain't with no cop and deuces and nothing. I just ain't with it. Like, I ain't having this, dog. Like, too many people that's depending on me, too many people that care about me. I don't need to be doing all this dumb. Like, I gotta do this for my kids and my family and everybody else that love me, dog. Like, all y'all can have it. And y'all want it, y'all can have it.
And he would go on to say in an interview with Gus TV that he regretted dropping his death-threatening Youngboy diss, NBA Smoke.
Like, I regret, I ain't gonna lie, even though NBA Smoke did so many views, I regret it. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna honestly say that. Like, I didn't want to do that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's certain shit that you gotta, I feel like that was my flaw, that song, you feel me? So, y'all just saying that raw and all that did, try to do this and that. I don't even like the song, tell the truth. I hate that. I don't care how many views it got on it, you feel me?
However, the beef would be reignited when Youngboy returned home from jail. Scotty Cain would post a clip to social media showcasing a long set of both bankrolls and fingernails and saying, "Get your cash, you don't get any money."
Bro, get your cash up, bro. You ain't get no.
This would attract a response from OG3, who posted a picture of Youngboy with money and a caption saying what Cain was holding ain't half of what Youngboy's holding. This would apparently prompt a response from Cain, where he said that OG3 was holding his big dog's money. Now, I couldn't actually find that post, but Youngboy seemingly responded from the back of his Maybach, even dragging his manager Fee Banks into the situation.
I don't know what the wrong D. Wanna listen to my music, film my how to free Youngboy this. Say Fee, man, you better tell him I ain't got no big dogs, man. Everything in my pocket for me. Wrong D, man. Tripping, boy, get off my. You know what it is.
Apparently, a few months later, Scotty got his chain taken, and Youngboy would clown him online immediately after the thieves exposed that they had taken his chain. However, something else would also happen during this beef that would appear to be much more sinister. Prominent producer for TBG, Austin on the Track, who had made numerous beats for songs made by Youngboy's biggest rival G Money and Scotty Cain himself, as well as landing credits for Chicago rappers like G Herbo. Austin on the Track was quite literally the person who made the beat for Scotty Cain's NBA Youngboy diss track, NBA Smoke. Well, at around 7 PM on the 10th of August 2017, TBG affiliated producer Austin on the Track, real name Austin Rashad Norwood, was sitting in a car with another person outside the Ardenwood Village apartment complex on North Ardenwood Drive. At this point, somebody turned up and sprayed the car with bullets, after which the suspected shooter.
That's what I was waiting on. That's what I was waiting on. That's what I was waiting on. I knew somebody had to die behind that shit.
Fled the scene in a car before crashing and escaping on foot. This would leave the passenger injured and Austin himself dead at the scene. This was a brutal assassination, with investigators being seen examining the bullet-riddled scene. But in a chilling turn of events, the body of Austin would even...
Any other video, I have a little count or something going on the screen, but I kind of feel like it's hella insensitive to try to count bodies. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, a little bit.
Be left in place in the driver's seat of the car, which was towed away from the murder scene, with detectives claiming that the entire car with the body inside it had become a crime scene and would need to be moved with the body to a controlled environment so that they could process all of the DNA evidence. Police would ultimately describe the murder as a suspected robbery, with cops claiming that Austin and his cousin had gone to an address to sell a cell phone that they had advertised online, a situation described on the news as a setup.
A man is shot and killed while trying to sell a phone on North Ardenwood Drive last night.
2 men shot after police say they were lured to the Ardenwood Village apartments in hopes of selling a cell phone to someone they met online.
Edith just dropped the bomb in the chat. That's real.
Woo. At some point, that transaction taking a dark turn.
While there, the individuals attempted to rob them, shot into the vehicle, striking both victims.
With the victims left for dead inside the car, the suspected shooter allegedly took off. Sergeant L.J. McNeely says for now, it's unclear if whoever pulled the trigger acted alone.
We're just keeping it open-ended and not going to dictate if it's 1, 2, or 3, 4 different suspects, but as the investigation continues, we'll determine all the individuals that was involved.
Now, as far as I was able to find out, this murder was never solved. And once again, let me make it very clear, there's nothing connecting Youngboy or the NBA crew to this crime, but it's certainly yet another case of somebody involved closely in the rap scene in Baton Rouge, in this case, the producer of prominent Youngboy diss tracks, who seemingly wound up losing his life in a brutal gangland-style slaying, with the police none the wiser as to who was responsible. A month after this brutal murder, in September, it was believed that Scotty Cain and Youngboy would finally squash their beef, after Scotty Cain posted a picture of them together on a FaceTime call, along with a caption suggesting that they were on positive terms and both focused on earning money and success rather than beef. Though it would seem that the NBA crew would eventually have the last laugh, as many years later, Scotty Cain would get a taste of his own medicine. He himself ultimately wound up getting jumped on camera in a studio, just like Youngboy did. And OG3 would later even be seen on social media with the person who had allegedly jumped Cain. Fortunately for Youngboy, the Scotty Cain beef would be resolved without anyone losing their life. Sadly, however, not everyone would be so lucky. The most prominent beef that Youngboy was involved in during his rise to fame was with G Money. Real name Garrett Burton, he was a former friend and a star over at Youngboy's former label, TBG. Youngboy's other biggest opposition, Scotty Cain, would release the scathing Youngboy diss track, NBA Smoke, just days after Youngboy's cousin Boozilla got killed. And while Youngboy ended up in jail on attempted murder charges for attempting to avenge Boozilla, G Money was linking up with Youngboy's ops and building alliances to diss him. In January 2017, G Money linked up with Pablo El Chapo, one of the people who'd been in the studio when Scotty Cain allegedly stuck up Youngboy with a gun and made him cry. They would collaborate on a new Youngboy diss titled WNBA Smoke, where they referred to him as WNBA Youngboy.
Trap Lil Ross keep iterating that Youngboy was crying in that studio, boy.
And dissed him extensively. G Money would rap saying that he will send a blitz to take out Youngboy and his team for dissing him, as well as warning Youngboy that he will kill him for beefing with them. G Money also appeared on Scotty Cain's song Ain't Gon' Ride, where G Money rapped how he heard someone dissing him, but he can't kill them because they keep posting on Instagram. When Youngboy got out of jail, he dropped his AI Youngboy mixtape, and that...
Damn, Edith, that's another bar right there. Consequence is a gift that I do not want to open. I like that. I like that.
Included numerous lyrics seemingly responding to G Money, like the track Ride On 'Em, where Youngboy seemed to say outright that he's not squashing the beef and that he just talked to the devil, as well as saying that the only way the beef is going to end is if G Money gets shot. And he would go on to rap that he's dropping a bag on him and his crew and that they're going to ride on him and smash him. Youngboy was seemingly letting the whole world know that he was planning to pay to have G Money killed. And throughout the verses, he would make bold claims saying that he's going to get it by any means and that the beef is never getting squashed. He would claim that his rising fame had his rivals mad, and saying that somebody is going to get their head bust for making a diss song about him.
I like that too, Married to the Paper, because the wrong choice could be your last chance. I like that too. What is y'all what y'all smoking what I'm smoking? What y'all smoking good in the chat tonight, ain't it? It's all kind of gems in the chat. Choices of chances. I like that too. Wrong choice, that's your last motherfucking chance. For real. Ain't no second chances sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Youngboy would also claim to be the reason that their friend got killed, going on to rap that somebody shot up his grandmother's house with a .22, but his shooters got back and sent the ops a special delivery from Youngboy. Now, it's unclear exactly who Youngboy is talking about having had killed here, but it could have something to do with a rumor that members from a TBG-affiliated crew called TMH, or Too Many Hitters, shot up Youngboy's grandmother's house, with TMH32 later denying having shot up Youngboy's grandmother's house in his song FAN. Anyway, clearly G Money wasn't scared of Youngboy's counter-threats, so he would decide to turn the disrespect up to a whole new level. On August the 15th, 2017, a sensational interview emerged where G Money seemed to be talking extremely recklessly about Youngboy, suggesting that they used to be homies, but pointing the finger at Youngboy, saying that he started sneak dissing him once he became successful.
So, I mean, do y'all have history? Were y'all ever cool, you know, years prior?
Yeah, that like my little partner, he used to be like my little brother. He stayed with me and everything. Everything was still all good until he started, you know what I'm saying, like doing his own thing, getting him a little buzz, getting a little money. He just got the big head and just started like in it, like the feelings he been feeling probably deep down inside that he was scared to put out. He let that out once he got a name and got from down here.
And then G Money dropped maximum shade by being very disrespectful about Youngboy's sister and saying that he'd slept with her.
He mad about his sister too.
Bursky, this shit got me captivated, boy. I'm telling you, man, I want to play 2K so bad, and it's getting to the point where it's like I'm gonna have to transition into playing the game and listen to this shit at the same time, and I'm gonna have to figure this shit out, cause boy, I want to do the same thing, but this shit good as fuck right now. I mean, it's bad, but it's good. Fuck it.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had her a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Initially, G Money and Youngboy would go back and forth on Instagram, with G Money making a post suggesting that he's not jealous of Youngboy because he's already rich and living where the white folks live.
Living like I'm already rich and I ain't even rich yet. And I'm living with the white folks. What's wrong with these niggas? Don't impress me, man. You hear me? I know real money, man. Don't impress me, man. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Copycat. You the next you see me do, you want to do, but you supposed to be up, though.
Youngboy would reply with his own story, asking G Money why he doesn't like him, and saying that he doesn't like G Money and he's down to beef.
Saying, nigga, what you don't like me or something like that, or I'm saying, like, what you got something against me? Say that there, man. Don't be on Instagram thing in 2 different states. You know what it is. Stop playing. What you saying? I'm about beefing. What it is? You hear me? Get it. Don't you, man. I don't like you. I'm gonna keep on it. I don't like you.
G Money would reply saying F Youngboy and he doesn't care if he doesn't like him, going on to accuse him of copying his style by posting pictures with a Mercedes G-Wagon.
For you to like, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? Just copying off I pull up in that wagon, you gonna take a picture by a G-Wagon. Boy, you really my son. Stop watching me, man. Oh yeah. Get off.
Then, a few days later, G Money would officially go at Youngboy on wax with the scathing diss track Industry. G Money's diss song Industry called out Youngboy and the whole NBA crew on a number of bases. It had those lyrics that seemed to hint that Youngboy had been the one who tipped off G Money about his cousin Boozilla running off with drugs, and it had more lines seemingly confirming that he had hooked up with Youngboy's sister, putting maximum disrespect on him. He also dissed Youngboy for sneak dissing him, and as the title of the song suggested, it dropped shade on Youngboy for signing a record deal and no longer being in the streets, with G Money suggesting that after signing this deal, Youngboy had turned Industry. The song also had another important lyric that seemed to confirm rumors that G Money had actually had a price put on his head. G Money even mentions Youngboy's mother, saying he can't kill him because he's Sharonda's son, indicating that G Money knows Youngboy's mother well. He also called out 33 and Montana from NBA, saying that they don't want beef with him. G Money also brushed off Youngboy's earlier suggestion that he could pay to have him killed, saying that he will kill anyone who tries them, ultimately declaring Baton Rouge his city. The music video for Industry also included a Chucky doll, which was actually a reference to an early Youngboy video called What I Was Taught that dropped way back in September 2016. But G Money wasn't done there. The following month, he would continue to diss Youngboy, dropping yet another diss song. This time time in a remix to Bodak Yellow, calling Youngboy a fake and warning him not to mess with TBG, as well as saying that Youngboy is hating on G over a woman and that he used to be TBG but switched up on the crew. G would also shade Youngboy for signing to a label, saying that by contrast, he got to where he was without a deal, as well as warning that he would be sending shooters to Youngboy's home. He would reference the NBA crew, saying that he thinks he's Steph Curry, referring to a player in the actual NBA known for his accurate shooting, and G would end the song saying that somebody tried to kill him but failed and got killed in return. It would seem for a while that Youngboy just wasn't responding, but G Money would continue to go at Youngboy and the NBA crew any chance he got. In a September Instagram live session, he would continue throwing shade at Youngboy, mentioning that a Baton Rouge rapper got hot and left everyone behind, and saying that Youngboy is scared of him and his gang.
These tell rappers in Baton Rouge be hating anyway, you hear me? These don't be sticking together down here. So what I look like getting you. When you do this and do that and do that, you ain't sticking with you. All these down here, man. You hear me? Most of these head of man. You see, put your head down, nigga. And I can be by myself and you can be with 1,000, man. Yeah, for real. Yeah. If you ain't with us, you can't hang with my gang. And that's on God. Ain't no banging with the gang. I ain't tripping on no this and on none of that, you hear me? It's all good. But just remember, was there for I ain't never do no fake hating like us, you hear me?
G Money would go on to diss Youngboy's whole family and say that he's TBG until he dies.
Like on everything I love, man. You, your mama, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whoever. Yeah, TBG Gorilla Gang, TBG till I die.
G would also claim to be respected on Youngboy's native Chippewa Street, saying that he pulled up with his gun and that people had tried to protect Youngboy.
I ran on Chippewa, man. You hear me? I respect it out there. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up out there with a 38 when the whole chopper trying to save a. But I ain't gonna speak on it. You hear me? Way throwback. You hear me? 13, you know. 14, 15, 16. You know, throwback. Damn, man, who got a problem with Young around here? Now Young on the other side. Ain't crazy?
He would also diss Youngboy's team, saying that everybody in TBG is a boss.
How you be how you a boss and he got a CEO and all that shit, you hear me? You know, that bullshit, they got run them. Don't nobody run nobody over here. Everybody bosses. Yeah, nothing but bosses over here. Be looking at because they got money, man. Y'all think real? Make no real, man.
G Money would even claim that Youngboy got robbed and stripped and didn't retaliate, with his goons saying Youngboy won't survive a beef with him.
You ain't do nothing about it. Boy, strip. You strip and you ain't do nothing about it. So how you think you can tell me something? How you think you can go against me? How you think you can do that? You won't survive. Come on.
Clearly this was a very personal beef aimed at Youngboy and his crew, and at this point both sides have made outright threats declaring their intentions to kill their opposition. Now, it's been speculated that Youngboy's manager Big Dump might have had something to do with potentially putting a price on G Money's head. And in September, G Money would seemingly be posting disses to Youngboy on social media, all while giving clues as to his own exact location. In one video, G Money, standing outside, would claim that Youngboy started rapping and became a killer after he got a record deal.
Say, Lil, you know you ain't living like that, man. You get a deal and you done turn to a killer. When you start doing all that, man, you know you ain't cut like that, man. You know TBG been your muscle, boy. And the same you talking about usually don't live in jail wherever they at, man. That's the same you ought to move on the city, man. Yeah, you remember Will? Yeah, Will's out there. Yeah, you remember you ran out that store, man. You know what's happening with us, man. You hear me? Real. And I'm living out shit, you hear me? Everything you got with a deal, like I without a deal, man. You hear me? You know, 30 plus on my with no deal. Yeah, for real. Driving in $100,000 coupes, man. Yeah, with no deal, boy. You better stop playing and stay in your place, son.
If you watch that clip carefully, you can see a window with white bars and black shutters beside it, with the building itself having red brickwork and a black security door. In this clip, G Money is standing in front of a recording studio at the 1900 block of Dallas Drive that TBG were known to record at. This studio was also featured prominently in the music video for G Money and Boulevard Quick's song Set Trippin'. And this studio is the exact location where G Money would unfortunately lose his life. On the 10th of September 2017, G Money would be seen on Instagram at his usual recording studio working on music, seemingly recording a Youngboy diss song with lyrics where he says that your favorite rapper is a liar.
Favorite rapper line.
At around 1:30 AM, G Money would be found shot in front of that very recording studio that he recently went live at. Fat Chapo, who was with him at the time of the shooting, said that G Money was caught off guard by a shooter as he walked out of the studio.
I was the first out the door. I'm the one called for help. G walked out that door by himself. I told him before he walked out the door, like he walked out the door on his own. And they start shooting. When they start shooting, I really didn't know what was going on because I heard a boom, but the music was playing, so it was kind of muffled. As soon as the shooting stopped, I ran out the door. Nobody was I still never saw nobody, and I saw G laying right there on the ground. And once I seen him, all I could do is call 911, try to get help.
Once police arrived, officers would be seen in the dark, taping off the scene and doing forensic work, and G Money would end up leaving the scene in a coroner's van, just like the one that he had showed in his music video Industry, where he said that he would put his ops on the news. And the following morning, the news would indeed report on this tragic killing.
Baton Rouge police are looking into a deadly shooting that claimed the life of a local rapper. Police say someone shot and killed 22-year-old Garrett Burton on Dallas Street around 1:20 last night. Burton performed under the name G Money. Right now, police have not named any suspects or motive. If you can help police or have any tips, you can report them anonymously to Crime Stoppers.
One of G Money's closest friends and fellow TBG affiliated rapper Fredo Bang, in a DJ Small Eyes interview, would recount breaking down in jail when he heard the news of G's death.
I just broke down in tears, like you know how a baby cry, and you know how a baby cry, just yell. I just sat there and locked up.
Scotty Cain would also react to G Money's death, even telling followers that he was getting DMs telling him that he would be killed next.
Man, I wake up to every day, man, my partner got killed, you know. What's the like that, son? Then it's sad to say, man, talking about not even 25 yet. Like, come on, man, like, it ain't that serious, son. Before I let you take me, dog, I'm slinging this whoever, whatever, and I don't care who love who. I'm going on my move. Get on my DM talking about I'm next and all that. Man, I ain't worried about none of that.
Wait, bitch, that's snitching right there. That's snitching right there. That's snitching right there. Yeah, nah, that's snitching right there. He got down. That dude got on Instagram Live. Somebody help me. Niggas on my. You neck? Hey, you mean I'm neck? But alright, man. Look, see. That's the bullshit.
I ain't worried about none of that. Oh man, when it's my time, regardless, but I ain't worried about none of that. Better stop playing with kill y'all, so I do not play about my life at all. I'm gonna step, I don't, I'm gonna die about it for real,
The day after G Money was killed, it seemed that fans would attend the scene of the murder, filming the location, and peculiarly finding a pillow on the ground. The presence of a bloody pillow at the murder scene would end up going viral, sparking a conspiracy theory that G Money's...
That all that old internet ass. Why get on the internet and say that then? If that's how you feel, shit, just, you know what I'm saying, just go. Like, ain't shit to talk about. Boy.
Killers threw a pillow on him after the assassination and told him to go to sleep, with these rumors being further fueled by Youngboy lyrics that came out later, like the song Step On, where he says, "Lay your bed, I throw the pillow, police after all of my people." And even in his recent single Bitch Let's Do It, where he rapped that his crew will creep up on their ops and lay their heads on a pillow, with Youngboy even doing an impression of a dying G Money laying on a pillow in the music video. However, for the record, this is just a conspiracy theory, and some of the more sensible Youngboy fans would work out that this pillow was actually used by emergency medical staff that had attended the scene. But setting aside those rumors, once this went—
What the fuck? Bro, I never knew why he did that shit in that video. Hold up. Wait. Why be an asshole? Oh, fuck. I never. Wow. Hold up. Wait. Oh, man. That's legit fucking crazy.
The scene of the murder, filming the location, and peculiarly finding a pillow on the ground. The presence of a bloody pillow at the murder scene would end up going viral, sparking a conspiracy theory that G Money's killers threw a pillow on him after the assassination and told him to go to sleep, with these rumors being further fueled by Youngboy lyrics that came out later, like the song Step On, where he says, "Lay your bed, I throw the pillow, police after all of my people." And even in his recent single Bitch Let's Do It, where he rapped that his crew will creep up on their ops and lay their heads on a pillow, with Youngboy even doing an impression of a dying G Money laying on a pillow in the music video. However, for the record, this is just a conspiracy theory, and some of the more sensible Youngboy fans would work out that this pillow was actually used by emergency medical staff that had attended the scene. But setting aside those rumors, once this went down, all eyes were on the NBA crew, but it would take years before the authorities were able to identify any of the people involved. DeAndre Fields, aka Lil Pap, or NBA Pap, actually the brother of NBA Ben.
Oh God, bro, my head. So when y'all seen that NBA Youngboy video, y'all knew what the fuck that mean? Y'all caught it?
Penn, aka Ben Fields, who also got arrested for being in the car with Youngboy in that same incident after Boozilla's death, where Youngboy ended up getting...
That's why you gotta do your homework, man. That's why you gotta do your homework. Oh God, that's crazy.
The 10-year suspended sentence for. Now, Pap was eventually arrested on second-degree murder charges in connection with the murder of G Money, ultimately being bailed around June 2019.
A lot of you are reacting tonight to the arrest of this man, DeAndre Fields. Baton Rouge police say they arrested him years after the shooting death of a local rapper, Garrett Burton. Back in 2017, Burton went by the name of G Money. He was found shot to death in the parking lot on Dallas Drive there. Police arrested DeAndre Fields for second-degree murder.
And initially, Pap would plead not guilty, but some interesting information would eventually be revealed to the police when they interviewed him after the shooting. He actually told police that he had left Baton Rouge with his mother and son, fleeing to nearby New Roads about 40 minutes away from Baton Rouge after G-Money was murdered. As well as this, when asked about his whereabouts on the night of September the 10th, 2017, Lil Pap claimed that he drove to Hammond to get gas. When detectives later obtained his phone records, this claim was proven to be false.
Man, damn, nigga, now you snitching on the gas, man? Oh, you talking about gas? What kind of gas, bitch? You gonna tell detectives nothing. You'll tell detectives nothing, brother. What the hell?
As his records revealed that he was actually in Baton Rouge on the night of G-Money's death. But perhaps the most shocking piece of information that Lil Pap shared with the police, which I can imagine was a huge driving force behind his indictment, is the following. After police asked Pap who among his friends...
I'm talking shit. It may, could be, gas for the car. I'm talking shit.
...would shoot people for the NBA group, he replied, to be honest, me. Now, it's worth adding that in Youngboy's very first album, Life Before Fame, all the way back in 2015, he basically admits that he can call on Pap to carry out what needs to be carried out in the streets on 2 occasions. Firstly, in the song NBA, and secondly, in the song I Know. Ultimately, Pap would end up pleading out on greatly reduced charges of accessory after the fact of murder, and ultimately receiving a sentence of 5 years. Now, interestingly, Pap would go back and forth with the judge during his sentencing, saying that he is taking the deal, but he is 100% innocent. And interestingly, close friend of G-Money, TBG rapper Fredo Bang, would later claim in numerous interviews that he did not believe Pap to be G's killer either.
He still sitting to her like, you seen it? You seen it? Yeah, I seen it. Oh, he's making arrests. Maybe wrong. Man, they do that. Brown.
Do you know the guy that's being charged? You said that you didn't think the guy that they're charging with the murder actually did it.
G-Money's own mother will also post on social media saying they still haven't found the shooter of her son, and they're still looking. Whether or not you believe NBA Pap when he says that he had nothing to do with the incident, what is clear is that the NBA crew, and Youngboy specifically, would have the most to gain from G-Money being no longer. And going forward, Youngboy and other NBA members would reference what happened to G-Money in numerous songs and videos. The month after G-Money's murder, Youngboy dropped his 10th project, Ain't Too Long, on October the 7th, 2017. This included a number of references to the G-Money situation. Firstly, in the murder anthem Red Rum, where Youngboy claims that he just raised the murder rate in his city. And then, in the song Poor One, Youngboy seems to be talking directly to G-Money throughout the song, alluding to the time when they had a friendship that was like a brotherhood before G-Money betrayed Youngboy's trust by sleeping with his sister and boasting about it online. In the same song, and in the same monologue directed at G-Money, Youngboy reveals that G-Money introduced him to Them Boys, who he didn't like for nothing. Them Boys most likely being a reference to TBG. Before paying homage to his own fallen friends Boozilla and Lil Dave, Youngboy would seemingly suggest that G-Money had blamed him for drugs that went missing, which caused the tension between Youngboy and his cousin Boozilla. In another song on the project titled War With Us, Youngboy talks about the sorry state of affairs in Baton Rouge, saying that one particular week he saw 7 murders and that there is no helping his city. This was a bold lyric that painted a picture of a city completely out of control. The war in the Baton Rouge rap scene had gotten deadly, and now one of the most promising artists in that city was in the grave. With Youngboy free of his main competition, going on to dominate the scene, releasing song after song and mixtape after mixtape, telling heartfelt tales of his first-hand experiences surviving in the trenches of Baton Rouge. But the biggest question remained. Was Youngboy just a rapper making music about the violent war taking place in his city, or was he really the murder man, running his rap career like a gang kingpin, and using his NBA crew as muscle to stop anyone who dared to get in their way? Youngboy's run from 2015 to the end of 2017 was one of a kind. He dropped 8 solo mixtapes and 1 joint.
So this what we're gonna clip this whole out right here. Cause I got some hooping to do. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's still early in the motherfucking streets, and I've been on 2 hours. I still got some hooping to do. Man, I'm finna I'm gonna put the link to the whole stream in there. I can't stay on this shit too motherfucking long. We're gonna move on after the day, cause yo, I got a video I wanna watch with y'all about a fucking YouTuber who killed his mom Dukes, bruh, for insurance money, and he tried to buy like the nigga killed his mom Dukes for insurance money, and he tried to buy subs with the money. Like, it was, yo, this story crazy than the motherfucker, dog. It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, some wild ass shit. And I'm like, yo, it's probably, I'm 100% sure it's an old ass story, but I ain't never heard about this shit. Not once. Yeah, he some crazy ass shit. I'm bust that up with y'all. That's what I, you know what I'm saying? Got some shit coming next for us, bro. Even more shit coming down the pipeline. And to, yeah, if y'all see some fire, like I shit, my bro, he just sent me some shit, maybe I can bust down. I wanna yeah, I gotta get us some video, get back on the video grind too. I gotta get back on the video grind, but I wanna do it different this time. I wanna actually like take the editing and like how I used to do all the editing and shit with the sneaker videos back in the day. I wanna take that and try to like put it in this shit and see what the fuck I come up with. You know what I mean? Try to make some motherfucking fire. I'm getting motivated again, man. I'm getting motivated because I'm coming up with hella ideas. I keep coming up with ideas again. And it's just because, like, shit, blinders on. Once the blinders on, I ain't distracted by shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to ooh, damn. All my OGs, youngest, they ones, new members like, salute that boy K Bizzle, man. Salute, bro, salute salute everybody, man. Salute everybody, bro. God damn. Whoa. I fucking shouting out people and all that, and not shouting out people and all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? How about salute to everybody that I'm good with forever? Cause shit, matter of fact, I ain't doing no more shit. Salute the OGs, youngest day ones. Nah, I'm playing, man. God almighty, bro. I can't play on motherfucking YouTube I can't play or do shit without a motherfucker getting bent out of shape. That's what I've come to realize nowadays. OGs, youngest day ones, new members like, y'all stay up. I'm finna go hoop though. Peace.